All right, I think we're live. Just getting this out on the social medias. Kelvin, good morning. As always, if you can hear me, if I sound good, hit that number one. Eleanor, hello. Up. Dirty dog. Typical. Typical. There's the treadline break. For those of you that watched yesterday's stream, the treadline break was the bane of my existence. Yet here, worked out nicely. Oh well, that is how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Rob, Storm G, Phil, good. Looks like we are in business. Very, very good. It's been quite the morning for me. Let's go. Let's go indeed. I treat it like my indicators in a love-hate relationship. Ben B, hey, how you doing? As always, if you have been here before and you know you're going to like this, remember to please hit that like button. If you've never been here before, first off, welcome. No need to hit the like button because I understand you may not like. But if at some point you do like what you're seeing, please do hit that like button. It really does help out. And I was, unfortunately, again, there's something going on with my internet for sure. I think we're on the third week now. I took a couple trades this morning, and then my internet was out for like an hour, and it just came back up, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. So on that note, if I disappear again, it's would be internet issues. And I'm borderline scared to even take a trade, but maybe I'll take some. We'll see what happens, but it's a little nerve-wracking. Hello, Jillian. So yeah, not a very productive morning for me trading because of the internet issue. All I can think about is right now a competitor is coming to town, and all our, because I live in a neighborhood right now, but all the lawns are like sprayed, and there's the water line, there's the power line, and then they got where they're marking out where they're going to run the cable or however they work, because I'm on fiber, but like I said, there's only one choice that I have right now for fiber, but the other company in town is now doing their construction. So I don't know, maybe the construction has something to do with it over the past few weeks. Does my company like have to turn off services every now and then because the other company's or trenching? I don't know. I have no idea what may be going on. That's just a pure theory on my part. And then yeah, I should also note that my kids have cold. Well, a couple of my kids have colds. I now have the cold. It started a couple of days ago, but now it's really affecting my voice. So I realize I sound kind of like a frog, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So anyways, that was just my long explanation of what happened here, but beautiful back test. You long time people that have been around for a while, we like to break out and back test, but I mean, look at the amount of times the price has respected this 21 EMA, which is that line right there. Most recently right there. Does that mean it will continue to respect it? It does not. But if you were to tell me that you're looking at potentially buy at the EMA for a bounce, I would not call you crazy. That's why risk management matters. Nothing's guaranteed. But yeah, I can definitely see the logic. If you were to tell me that you were going to buy right there. I should go over to my live stream account. So I got myself another 50K account for live stream purposes. And I guess I don't mind trading on this one because even in worst case, my internet goes out in the middle of a trade. It's not like it's the end of the world or anything like that. So yeah, we'll see how this one continues to play out. How's everybody's days going? This morning was pretty crazy. In all actuality, if I'm brutally honest with myself and put hindsight confirmation bias aside, I would say that my internet going out this morning was actually a good thing, because I can very realistically see myself saying, well, it's been trending down going into the open. It dropped down some more. oh, it's bouncing back up. Yeah, this thing's going to continue on with the trend. I can, like I said, very realistically see myself going down that line of logic, and that line of logic would have proven to be not so good, as no, that was not going to roll over. It went just straight up from there. So I think my internet going out probably was a profitable situation, because it took me away from even being able to take part of any of that. Sure, hindsight confirmation bias makes me want to say, oh yeah, so what I would have done is I would have drawn a trend line like right there, and then I would have gone and I would have bought right there. And oh man, my internet, it cost me so much money. Yeah, sure. Sure it did, Clay. But no, like I said, if I'm being honest, I would have been in a bearish mindset, and that would have cost me money. So is the chat working? Is this working? Or is because nobody is saying anything. The like button is stuck. Okay, Jillian. So I guess nobody wants. I mean, I'm asking how's people's days going, and nobody's saying anything. So I was curious if the chat box was working or not. That was also my logic. I did not trade today. Well, you made a good decision there then, Jillian. Definitely made a good decision there. All right, everything is good. All right, wasn't quite sure. Go ahead and get rid of that line, as it served its purpose for now. Let's ooh, that's the trend line right there. That's the trend line. All I did was I didn't even look. I connected this group with that group. Didn't even know where it was going to go, but look where it did actually go. It went right to there. The power of trend line. So got to think a lot of people are probably watching this trend line as the key area. Is this going to be the level that, if it can be broken, does the price get moving? On the same token, though, let's get our other trend line in play. We have, whoops. Oh. That was annoying. Let's try this trend line again. So we have ourselves a rising wedge pattern, which is a bearish pattern. Now that does not mean that the thing's going to crash or anything like that, but I'd be a little nervous right now getting long. Let's try to make this a little bit more proportional. There we go. Personally, I would be a little nervous getting long, but maybe you disagree with the pattern. Maybe you're like, no, I think you're overreacting. Totally fine. But yeah, right now, looking like we have a bit of a rising wedge, which again does not imply that the thing, when I say, bearish, does not mean it's going to collapse. I'm saying, but would it be shocking to see a little bit more of a pullback? No, that would not be shocking. But I don't know, maybe this thing comes right up here to the top part, and it's just like, we don't care about no rising wedges. We're getting out of here. All good. Payday on WTF. Like a swing trade or what? What's I'm assuming WTF is all right, coming down here. Now, you might have some longs saying I want to play the bounce off the lower part. Again, I'm not going to call them crazy. I would be more inclined to look for potentially a breakdown and see if this rising wedge does kick into motion here from the bearish side of things. I've been watching today and see if I'm thinking correctly, not trading yet as just, yeah, Steve. Makes sense. You got plenty of time. No need to rush into anything. And we're doing good on the likes, already at 16. Still said have a goal to see if we can ever get up to 50 likes within 30 minutes. Maybe we have a chance today. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, right now, rising wedge seems to be, for me, the key pattern to watch. And it's kind of a double whammy of, not kind of, it is a double whammy of support, because when you look at the lower part here, you have the trend line there. You also have the 21 EMA, that green line. They basically match up. So it is, I would say it's probably going to be pretty difficult to push down through that area. But if it does, then I could definitely see that creating some momentum to the downside. WTF is IPO from yesterday, 4 to 28. Well, as you long-time viewers know, we're not, Pam's plant suggests that in the category of day trading, stocks are a waste of time for day trading. Waste of time, waste of capital, taking on way too much risk. But I'm not going to talk about Pam's plant any further right now. But yes, Pam's plan, the undefeated argument, the undefeated strategy. What's ES up to right now? Yeah, ES has kind of got the rising wedge. All right, as I connect those two, didn't quite hit that one, but we have this. And then we have... Like I said, I think it's a rising wedge. Yeah, there's a rising wedge there too. So again, rising wedges do not mean they are bearish, but doesn't mean a crash. But yeah, I don't think a break down below here. I can see the price coming down here to test yesterday's close, which is that orange line right there. Like I said, for me, I'd be a little nervous going long, but I could be totally wrong in that thought process. But the BK.ES on the 1 minute is a rising wedge. Okay, that would make sense if the 2 minutes a rising wedge. Not shocking to hear that the 1 minute also is. But to be fair, I mean, this thing could and that's the interesting thing about these sorts of trend lines. So it is a resistance trend line, but in theory, this thing could never ever break that trend line, but it could remain in an overall uptrend forever. Because obviously that does have an upward slope to it. So yeah, there's still room for it to come up here. I mean, I think there's probably some people out there, and I don't necessarily blame them. They probably got a resistance line drawn right there, and they're saying, I'm gonna buy right there. So yeah, do you buy right there with the target to the top of the trend line, stop loss below the bottom of the lower trend line? I could see that making sense. Because at the end of the day, what matters most is risk management. Is that something like that one on the... No, not quite. Yeah, ES, and this one's... So right now, just chugging along inside the rising wedge, trying to figure out what it wants to do. Yeah, 5 minutes, looking pretty similar. Just a waiting game right now. Just a waiting game. How's the ES doing? Ooh. Again, look at that. Bounce off of the lower part of that trend line again. So, yeah, this trend line, it's getting pretty spicy here. We'll see what happens. Again, if you're enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. Always appreciated. I should probably start saying this a little bit more too. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Pixel, Punchline, Gamer, beginner here, learning about trading. Fantastic. Are you looking at buying into the whole Dow Jones or NASDAQ? I thought you buy individual. This is called Pixel. This is called the futures market. And the futures market, assuming you want to be a day trader, is the best way to go about it. Through a prop firm, that is. And the reason for that is if you're doing individual companies. Again, I'm talking about the CAD. Well, let me ask you this. When you say trading, are you thinking you want to be a day trader or a swing trader? Because if you're saying I want to be a day trader, well, then the problem with stocks and options is unless you have $25,000, you're stuck underneath this very annoying rule called the pattern day trading rule, which means you are not allowed to day trade as much as you want. I get it. It sounds goofy, but yes, the government deems that you're not allowed to trade as much as you want. Look at that right off of the lower trend line again. See if we can get the break. But with futures trading, there is no pattern day trading rule. Now, there are many other reasons why day trading futures through a prop firm is going to make the most sense. Swing trading just means like maybe you buy one day and then you sell the next, or you sell a few days later or a couple weeks later. That's what a swing trader is. I followed you since January and finally bought a 50K on Take Profit through your link. Hey, thanks all. I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the live stream and the channel. So yeah, really, Pixel, this is what we call Pam's plan here. And this is just a quick little argument. I'm not going to go over it, but this is just all an argument as to why it makes sense to trade futures through a prop firm. So yeah, I would definitely welcome to the world of trading and day trading. But if you want the best use of all your capital and all that good stuff, I would definitely use Pam's plant. And there is the breakdown. Rising wedge, the power of charts. Again, but I'm not calling for any sort of crash because a rising wedge does not mean a crash. It does suggest a pullback, and that's what we're getting here. So next target, if you did take that short, I'm assuming people are probably watching that 50 period. If they got multiple contracts, probably looking to lock in some profits right there, as that's a legitimate potential bounce point. Now, scalpers, this is where it all goes to strategy. If you're a scalper and a short, then you're probably already in and out. You got your scalp right here. And now it just becomes a question for you. Are you going to be regretting that decision? Because if this thing keeps bleeding, you're going to be saying, I wish I didn't choose to scalp. But if this thing all of a sudden snaps back up, you're going to be saying, yes, I'm glad I chose the scalp. Whereas the people that are wanting more, if they all of a sudden, if this thing snaps back upwards, they're going to be saying, I probably should have just scalped. But if this thing keeps bleeding, they're going to be like, booyah, I'm glad I let it work for me. And right now it's looking like that is the right. Like I said, I'm just kind of guessing where people's take profits might be. Why did I not take that? As I was just explaining at the beginning of the stream, my internet has been very sketchy the past few weeks. And even this morning, it cut out at like 9:37 or something like that and was out for an hour. I didn't even know if the live stream was going to take place. So I'm a little hesitant to take a trade. I am on a burner account, if you will. I call these kind of my live stream accounts where, I guess if I get stuck in a trade, it's not the end of the world, but I'd prefer to at least, I don't want to just, I'm not trying to act like a total degen with these accounts, but that's why I didn't necessarily take that one, because still kind of trying to feel out the internet. But yeah, very nice breakdown. And now it's just really a question of, can this next target get hit? I activated it today and looking forward to starting my first futures. Very good, all. Very good. Gotcha. So futures market. Last question. Can you put in any amount of money? I miss what you have said. So with the prop firm, this is what makes prop firms so nice, is as a beginner. So first you choose how much purchasing power you want. So let's just say you want 25,000. All that you would need to quote unquote put in of your amount of money would be $105. And then the way it works is you have to prove yourself as a trader. And after you prove yourself as a trader in the test phase, you move into the pro. And then in the pro account, once you start to make money, you get to keep 80% of it. Pro plus account, you get to keep 90% of it. But the key here, especially as a beginner, is let's say, because you're going to do stupid stuff. Like even if you're to take my mentorship program, you're still going to do stupid stuff. And during the test phase, you're not allowed to lose more than $1,500. But let's say you do something stupid and you lose $1,500 and you have oh, wow, that was really dumb, but I learned a lot. Well, it didn't actually cost you $1,500 of your own money. It only cost you what it cost to purchase the account, which is $105. So I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think most people, if they're going to have one of those, oops, that was dumb, but I learned a lot, I think most people would say, I'd rather have the quote unquote, but I learned a lot, cost me $1,500 cost me $105 as opposed to $1,500. So in terms of how much money do you need? Well, that's just where it comes to depend on what sort of purchasing power you want. But right here, assuming you use the link, you'll get the 30% off. You would need $105 of your money. If you wanted the other extreme where you had $150,000 of purchasing power, that would cost you $252. And that's not per month. That's only during the test phase. But after you pass, when moving to those pro accounts, then at that point, there are no more monthly fees. Can I use $10 to start? Nope. You cannot use $10. You're going to need more than $10. I'll link this to you too, real quick. So if you're not aware, I do offer a podcast. Let's see, there it is. There's Pam's plant. So here I go into more of a breakdown of Pam's plant. If you're interested, or I should really say if anybody's interested, there we go. So that target was hit, and as I talked about earlier, I can see people wanting to take profits there because that is a potential bounce point. And as of right now, surprise, surprise, look right where you're getting some lower wicks right off of that purple line. Now, if this area does not hold, then there's definitely some space for it to move more to the downside. But, yeah. So overall, clearly letting the thing work for you, because you got to think, if people got short right there, they probably locked in their first target maybe down around here. And now they have their stop loss maybe slightly above that orange line. I'm just kind of guessing. But at this point, They're just letting that work for them. They're saying it's not a question of if I make money. Their only question right now is how much money are they going to make, because they're trying to see if this thing's going to roll back over. Man, y'all ain't take. Whoa. Let's head to English class here for a second. Man, y'all, YAL, ain't take the break. Well, I mean, I explained why I didn't do it. I don't know if anybody else did it. Did you do it, BK Dot? Like I said, I just gave my explanation of why I'm a little hesitant right now. I'm in the testing phase right now. Yep, that's where everybody starts, is in the testing phase. Hey, Chase. Good morning, Brian. I know I'm a little delayed on the messages, but I'm just trying to take them one by one. Looking forward to your guide as you place buys and sells. Thanks, Clay. Looking forward. Well, remember, don't sit here and puppet trade me. You gotta learn to think for yourself, buddy. This is not just blindly do what I do. You gotta think for yourself. If trading was as easy as just finding some live streamer and then doing what they do, I think a lot more people would be traders. And you got to also remember, this is a delay. So, like, by the time you're seeing this, you're like 3 to 5 seconds in the past. What indicator is the purple? That is the 50-period simple moving average. And yes, I have a cold, so that's why I sound a little rough. All right, do we get the back test? So I could see people thinking about getting short right there. You know what? I'll do a micro here. We'll try a back test here on the micros. Yeah. Now let's see. In. Couple micros. Let's see if it does want to get rejected back down. Only 2 micros. Good morning, Rashid. I might build some more and then just put my stop up above 50. What's going on with MLGO? Why are you watching MLGO? Why are you wasting your time and money with stocks? That would be my question. What about 50? No, Joshua. To do Pam's plant, these are the minimum. The minimum you would need is right here, 105. $105 would get you $25,000 worth of purchasing power. Oh wow, all the way up to the top there. All right, I gotta stop out of this one. So that did not care about the back test at all. Wow, quite the move up. Just noticed that my son changed the name and picture of my YouTube. Oh no, that's okay. That is okay. That was wild. That was only 2 micros too. What time is it? No, it's a random time. There's not news or anything. Wow. Well, anybody that bought the pullback to that 50 period, they're feeling good right now. All right, the wedge has played out. Well, I'll remove that part because now I'm almost wondering if this candle can close above here. Do you buy the pullback there and try the back test and go that way? Well, you do advertise it. No, I don't advertise it. I just talk about it. Right, because I'm trying to get you here to convince you stop wasting your time with stocks. Start doing Pam's plant.
Order filled.
Got one there. Let's see if we can get some more push up. There we go. Back in. Oh, nice. Got back to green. So on that one, took an NQ. So made 160 on that one. That's the downside with only going 1. Had I had 2, I could have taken that one off to just put 160 in my pocket and then just kind of followed it up with a stop loss. So that is the problem when you only go with 1 contract. Do you tend to short more often than going long? Probably, yeah. Probably. And, yeah, because there's I can't remember. Let's see. Short, easier. I think that might bring up the video. Let's see. There it is. Now this says shorting stocks, but this applies to anything. But yeah, basically when things go down, people freak out very quickly. So that's essentially what that's talking about in that video. So right there, I played the same strategy. On this one, there was that, I don't remember where it was. I think it was right here. Give or take. Right? So for those of you that were here, well, this is what this live stream is all about. And I'm not trying to prove that I'm a great trader. I'm trying to educate, trying to just make people aware of things. But the first try, it broke down below. So I was thinking, okay, we'll see if this former support acts as resistance. So I got short right there. It did not. It went up. I had to stop out. Then it came back down. And now same idea. Is this former area of resistance now going to act as support? So when it was down there, I bought. And in that situation, it actually did. And so I'm at a 50% win rate, but I'm in the green. I'm speaking in hindsight now. Like I said, had I had to, I'd been able to lock in the 160. I'd still have one. I'd be trailing up my stop. So again, that is the downside of if you only go with one contract, you're just losing flexibility. Could we get up to 50 likes? Like I was telling earlier, I have like just the goal. Could we ever hit 50 likes within 30 minutes? But we got 3 minutes. So I don't know. Maybe can we get 14 more likes? Hey, Evil Shaddix, what's up? Thank you for the super chat. That's very nice of you. Relax, Aradu. Good morning. KC, good morning. If you have not hit that like button, hit it. Did I come up with Pam's plant? Yep, Pam's plant. I did come up with that. All right, approaching the overnight high. That's disappointing. Disappointing that I just went with the one contract there. Because this one has not had any severe movements down. So, I mean, you can't say for sure, but I'd like to think that I'd still have a contract in. I feel sick too, Clay. Hope you feel better. Yeah, there's something going around. Something going around. Did anybody play the back test with me? Did anybody buy that little pullback right there? Back test and go. I mean, classic, but also such a good lesson here. Not everything always works. Not any principle works every time. So we had this rising wedge, and my first trade that was a loser, I was trying to play the same general philosophy, the back test and go. So it broke down, came back up here. I'm thinking, all right, let's see if we can get the back test and go. It did not work out that time. Had to take a loss on it. But then once again, it broke up through there. So I'm like, all right, let's see. Oh, look, it came back down. Let's see if we can get the back test and go. In that situation, it did go. So that's why risk management matters. Just cut the losses. And then when you do get the ones that work. Now, I was still able to wipe away the loss, so that was encouraging. But I suppose I could do a short right here, really. Is this thing going to get rejected back down? Right off the overnight high? I'm not going to tell what I'll look for, and I think what could be interesting is if this thing, well, pushing upwards. But regardless, let's see if we can get some sort of pullback. And then with the pullback, so if we have some sort of pullback and then we factor in this nice move here, we'd have a bull flag pattern. So we'll see if we can get some sort of pullback. But yeah, going short right now, I would not call you crazy. Got to have a tight stop. It's a low probability trade, but you would have very tight risk. And if you are paid, because it does happen to roll over, you'd be looking at a very nice risk versus reward. But again, it's compensated by the fact of, or I should say it's balanced by the fact of probably not a high probability trade. But then going long, this feels like chasing to me. Like that seems a little too sketchy. That's why I'd like to see a pullback. Brahma beginner, what's your advice on so in future I can do trade? My personal thoughts are if you're a beginner, well, really to anybody, you want to do Pam's plant. Pam's plant is just a strategy to get into day trading. So the first part of this just summarizes why you would want to do futures and then why you would want to do futures through a prop firm. So that is what I would recommend. If you want to learn more about prop firms, the link that I have pinned at the top of the box will walk you through all of that. So that is what I would recommend starting with. is a prop firm for all those reasons. Maybe I'll go through it later on, but right now I'm not going to go through it. But right here is where I would recommend starting. If you use that link, you get the discount, and you also support the live stream. So at some point, it becomes maybe the pullback entry becomes the overnight high. I'd like to see it come up a little bit more and then come back down to the overnight high, and I'd be interested. But I mean, look at this thing on the 5-minute. Like, do you really go long right there? That seems like chasing to me. That seems like a little bit of FOMO. I did a one and done this open and made a $10,000. Is this like payable in a prop firm? Like, can you request that money out? $10,000. Well, it's on a prop, but is it like in a pro account where you can request the money, or is that still on like a test phase account? All right, now we're getting a bit of a pullback here. Let's see where it wants to pull back to. So you could request $10,000, and yet you still have not joined the community. That is $99. Come on, Casey. Come on. That's one of my favorite things. People are making bank, and it's like, oh, you should join the community. No, no, no. It's like, okay. I invested in my company. I know, Casey, but you told me you would join too. So now you seem to be backtracking. Don't you think I didn't forget? Like I said, people that I see, I'm like, oh, they would fit in so well. I don't forget, and I remember what you told me. Now you're coming up with excuses on why you're not doing it. You should have just said that from the get-go. James, sorry if this is a naive question. There's no naive questions. But why are stocks riskier? Very good question. Well, because if you do a stock and we're all going to do dumb things, and even if you don't do dumb things, sometimes you get caught in crazy movements. Now that is totally possible in futures. You'll do dumb things. It's totally possible you'll get caught in crazy movers in futures. But the difference that separates those is the fact that, well, how much of your money is actually on the line? Because with Pam's plant, one of the nice things is the added risk control is that they allow you to protect your money from a risk standpoint. And how is your money protected? Well, when you consider the fact that, like I said, let's say you don't even do anything dumb. Let's say you're being disciplined, but you just get caught in a crazy move, and you did the 25,000 buying power account. That would cost you 105. But because you get caught in some crazy move, boom, $1,500, and that's significant because you would technically fail the test. So they would take the account away from you. Now you can try again, but as far as this test is concerned, you would technically have failed. They would take the account away from you. But the question is, did you actually lose $1,500? You did not. You only lost the cost of the account, which was 105. But in stocks, if you're using your own money and you get caught in some move and that cost you $1,500, you literally lost $1,500 of your own money. So that's what I mean by stocks are riskier, because they don't have that built-in protection like a prop firm does. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, James? Again, if you're enjoying, make sure to hit that like button. Let's get a run up to 50 likes here. Only need 9. The goal is 115 likes for the stream. I plan on going at least 2 hours, but we'll have to see how my voice holds out. I may have to take a break to get some more hot tea. Like anything scolding on my throat helps. I assume I can't use that prop firm to trade stocks. You cannot. You don't want to trade stocks. Futures are so much, they move so much better than stocks. Plus, James, the other part of Pam's plan is this. With stocks, you got to spend time scanning, right? You got to find the hot stock. What's moving? Sometimes you have to pay for scanners. I realize the scanners come with some broker or platforms, but you don't have to do any of that. In futures, you know what you're going to trade every single day. So, there are literally multiple reasons why you don't. And not to mention, James, you have $25,000. I realize I'm getting up in your business, but it's relevant to the conversation. Do you have $25,000? Can you make a video on how to fill out a TPT account? I'm not sure what you mean. What do you mean by how to fill out? we got a little bit of a bull pennant here. Let me put the golf one on there for you golfers so you can visualize the bull pennant. I don't know if I trust it or not, though. 1970 up to there. I don't know. I'm going to just keep an eye on it. Again, one of those situations where if you're like, Clay, that's a great bull pennant, I'm buying. Great. It doesn't mean it's going to work out, but I would not accuse you of being some degenerate gambler that's doing things randomly. I would say, I totally see your logic. I see what you're seeing. I got it. And that's the name of the game. As traders, we want to do things that are logical, that make sense. No, I have a small account right now that I take one trade a day and trying to scout momentum. Yeah, see, you could take as many trades in a day as you want because there's no pattern day trading rule in futures, James. So the no pattern day trading rule has nothing to do with the prop firms. That's why, Pam's plant is separated into two separate areas. But that's why also the first thing up here, the P, I realize my banner's breaking it. But right here that says pattern day trading rule, there is none. So, poor James. You can only take, you can't even take one day trade a day because you only get 3 of those every 5 days. How do you determine which futures to watch for opportunities? I just watch the NQ. I look at the MNQ. That's where I recommend everybody starts. And then I also watch the NQ. The NQ is just based off of the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ has all the tech stocks, and the tech stocks are always volatile. Therefore, the NASDAQ is volatile. Therefore, the futures are pretty volatile and move pretty well. A lot of people like the ES. So they'll trade the MES and ES. M just stands for micro because it moves a little bit slower in both directions, which is good from a risk standpoint. And this just tracks the S&P 500. So I'd say those are probably the two popular, the ES and then the NQ. Oh boy. Mediacom is aware of a service outage that may be impacting your services. So far, it's not. We will notify you once. Every single day we're getting. Is Mediacom publicly traded? If so, inside information as a customer, you may want to get short. I don't know if they're going bankrupt and they can't keep up their infrastructure or what, but Mediacom, I'm calling right now. Go short. All in. Leverage your house. Leverage everything. Leverage your everything. Go short. Pennant, breakout, Clay, scary money. Scary money, don't make no money. I think you mean scared money, don't make no money. Did you take that pennant breakout, BK Dot? That's what, BK Dot, I still am trying to figure you out. I'm trying to figure out, are you actually taking these trades or are you one of these armchair live stream quarterback people? You are taking them? All right, good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, I hope it works out. I hope it gets a breakout for you. I'm assuming your stop is right below these lows. Am I right? Is your stop below these lows right here? Somewhere right around here where this crosshair is? Yeah, there is weather stuff going on, Casey, but that doesn't have anything to... Well, I guess in theory it could, but this has been going on for like the past 3 weeks. I'm testing in a 300,000 evaluation, so yes, I'm taking them. Roger that. So you got a long time before you could ever get paid out, because even after you pass that test, then you got like another 8 days you have to trade. That's why I like Take Profit Trader so much better. I know that company that you're talking about advertises pass in 1 day, but what they don't tell you is that then you have another 8 days that you have to trade before you could ever get paid. Whereas, yeah, Take Profit Trader, it's a minimum of 5 days. But then you could get paid theoretically on day number 6. I try to avoid the name and then Casey just drops it. Plan to do my test for TPT after I get back from vacation next week. Could you please do an in-depth explanation of the drawdown rules for the test? Yeah, I can try to do that at some point. Oh, for the test, it's easy. Just don't lose whatever amount. So if you're doing the I don't know, 75,000 purchasing power, you're not allowed to lose 2,500. That's it. Every single day, assuming you don't lose money on the day, it'll always be $2,500. So that's it. That's a drawdown. Very straightforward. Yeah, I'm with you there, Casey. I really do believe take profit trader is the way to go. But the other one, they're smart. They're smart. Hey, you can pass in one day. That's true. But the time period to when you get paid, it's like 9 days at best. And that assumes you pass in one day and then you do everything flawlessly. Still 9 days before you could get paid. With Take Profit Trader, in theory, you could get paid on day 6. Oh, yeah, thanks, Phil. That's per day or for the entire test? The entire test. It's always going to be $2,500. That's the way the drawdown works. It's trailing, meaning it's following you up. So let's say day 1 you make 500. You would not then have $3,000 that you could lose the next day because it's not going to add on the $500. It's trailing. It's always going to be $2,500. Now, if you lose 500, then the next day it would be 2,000. But if then all of a sudden, so it's never going to get any more than 2,500. Maybe that's the best way of saying it, Phil. The amount you're allowed to lose is never going to get any higher than 2,500. Now, once you get into the pro accounts, you can build up a buffer. You could make this number higher than whatever it is. But in the test phase, it's always going to be 2,500 unless you lose money. So like I said, if you lose 500, the next day it would be starting off at 2,000 that you're allowed to lose. Does that make sense, Phil? I got 50Ks too, but I'm trying longer term holds on. Do what you got to do. Hey, Clay, blow up. My TPT account this morning. I was up. Honestly, Frank, did you go short? I was up 50, so close, and got in sticky simulation soon as I added to my position. In belief of my plan, I was shut down. I thought I had it until. Yep. Yeah. No, I was telling people earlier. My internet went out, and today was a good thing because if I put hindsight confirmation bias alone and, kind of into the closet. So if I'm just brutally honest with myself, I was bearish minded this morning. It was trending down. It started down and then it came back up. So in my mind, I would have been thinking, all right, I'm going to get short because I think this trend is just going to continue on down. But that would have been very, very wrong as the price just skyrocketed up. And yeah, I think you said you added to it. So yeah, adding into something like this from the short side, lesson learned. As I did up here, I don't know if you're here for that, Frank, but I did take a losing trade here, but I didn't add or anything like that. I just cut the loss, and then I made another trade, and boom, just like that, I was back to being green. So yeah, that is the dangers of adding for sure. Hey, let's get 2 more likes. Let's get this up to 50. Let's get this up to 50. Pro accounts have intraday drawdown. Yep, that is true, but that does go away, Dan, after you hit the buffer. Can you explain the difference between getting a shot and non-shot? I've never heard those terms. Getting a shot and a non-shot. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that. I'm new to this group. Hey, Chris, what are your thoughts on a short right now? Well, I was going to say, I'm assuming people are getting stopped out right now as it breaks down here. No, granted, I'm hindsight trading. Right now, I don't really like it because your risk profile is getting pretty big all the way up here. But when it was chopping around here, I wouldn't have been opposed to it because you'd have a tight stop above the highs and still a low probability trade. But you're compensated for that via the fact it would have been a very tight risk and you had a good potential if it rolled over because you could be getting out a lot more. So right now, I could see, like I said, I could see getting short up around here. Tight stop right there. Again, lower probability trade because this is a bull pennant, but the lower probability nature is compensated in the fact of you have a very tight stop. But if it does roll back over, then what's being risked. It would be a nice risk first reward scenario. Booyah! There we go. 56 likes. Let's go. Freedom. I'm still trying to figure out. Freedom Day, baby. It's Liberation Day. What are we being liberated from? Honest question. I follow the news headlines kind of, but I'm by no means like a news junkie or a political junkie. I'm definitely an economics junkie. I like economic type stuff. But like what are we being liberated from? Honest question. I'm not trolling. I'm not trying to stir any pots. But I in the headlines I keep saying that today is Liberation Day. So my question is, what are we being liberated from? No trolling. A genuine question. All right, 5 minutes looking pretty interesting. Look at all these little lower shadows, lower shadows. So the bears have tried several times on a push down through, have not quite been able to do it. So again, I could still see a short. I could see it potentially happen, like I said, up around here where we were talking about it. If you get the breakdown, fantastic. If not, you have a very tight stop. Typo, I meant short because you keep mentioning it. Short means making money when prices go down. So the way a short works is you sell first, and then you want to see prices go down. Now, if prices go up, that's a bad thing for a short. So shorting means you sell and you want to see prices go down, which is kind of crazy to hear about. Wait, you can make money when prices go down? You can. That is known as going short or shorting. All right, getting a bit of a pullback here. So who asked about that earlier? Chris. If Chris took a short up here. So that's what I mean. Like if you're up here, basically in the middle of this range where I think that's where I mentioned it. Like I said, very tight stop. Now you're getting, so you have at least 1-to-1. You have at least 1R at this point. So if you took that, Chris, if it were me, I'd probably be pulling some off the table, moving my stop down. I mean, I would definitely pull some off at this trend line right here for a potential back test. In fact, I might play a back test here. Get a couple of NQs. I want to see how it behaves down around this trend line first. There we go. Well, Chris, if you took that short, good job. Good job. You're getting paid relative to what was being risked. You got a nice reward. Very nice reward. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't wait to see how it forms. Maybe I should just be buying right here. There's the back test. But right now, what time is it? I don't think there's any speeches or anything going on right now. Are all the typical technical indicators used in stock and options trading applicable in the same way with... Are all the technical indicators used in stock? Yes. Yep. Because all this technical analysis, all those indicators are based... So when you look within an indicator, MACD, RSI, any of them, they're all mathematical formulas. But when you look at the mathematical formulas, the variables they are using is price. Like that's the main thing it's using. Some of them use volume, but it's price. That is going to be, now how they use that variable is going to be different per the equation, per the indicator, but it's always price. So my argument is I would just rather use the king indicator, which is price action itself. And I like the tool of conveying price action itself through candlesticks. But at the end of the day, price, whatever you're looking at, it's all about psychology. That's all trading is. That's all we're looking at right now is we're trying to figure out psychology, emotions of the market, and whether you're trading futures, stocks, options, forex, crypto, it's all emotions. So that was just a very long way of saying, yes, technical analysis works the same way. A bull flag is a bull flag is a bull flag, whether you're looking at stocks, futures, or crypto. Do you have a video on how to use Tradeovate for beginners? I do. Thank you for asking, and I'm glad I made that video. This might be the best way to Tradeovate. There we go. Who asked for that? Audit. I'll link this to you all, and of course, anybody else that's wanting to. If you want to replicate what you see on my screen, that video will walk you through how to do that. James, I don't know either, but it pertains to the tariff that Trump is imposing. Okay, that's what the liberation. Okay, so yeah, to your point, James doesn't know either. So my question still stands. I don't know What are we being liberated from? Is my question. Hey Clay, what SMA is that green one? That is the 21 EMA. So I'm definitely glad I chose. So let's just see how the price behaves with that line. Because if I had just hopped in right there, that would be a losing trade. So right now the pullback continues. Man, anybody that took that short up there, Chris, did you take that short, Chris? You were welcome, all. You were welcome. Small short on my side. Good job. Congrats. That is a great video. Did you watch it, Jeff? Or are you just saying in theory it's a great video? I got the cold. Oh yeah, that scalding on my throat feels magnificent. It's like a warm knife through butter. How does the biggest tradeist affects the entire graph? I'm not sure what you mean by that. How does the biggest tradeist affects the entire graph? I'm happy to try to answer that for you, but I'm not quite sure what you're asking. Traders typo. How does the biggest traders affect the entire graph? They don't. There is no single trader big enough to affect the entire graph. Now, if this was penny stocks, yeah, one person could show up, find a penny stock that gets no volume, and then just start buying a bunch, and they would be able to affect it. But this is a futures market. One person, one trader is not going to show up and, influence the market. Have my charts set up just like your... Oh, good, Jeff. Thank you for the feedback. I'm glad that video helped. You're up big. Good, Valley. Congratulations. So are you trading based solely on price action and technical analysis? Correct. Now, not solely. You want to check economic calendars every morning so you know when news is coming out, what news it is. So I do use news in that sense, just when the news is coming out. But as far as like trying to guess what the market's going to think about the news, I don't care about any of that. And that's why I like charts, because in terms of, well, is the news good or bad? I don't know. I don't care, because I'm going to get my answer. My answer is on the chart. Why? Because price action is king. If the market likes if the market likes the news, guess which way the price is going to go? Up. If the market does not like the news, guess which way the price is going to go? Down. And both of those are reflected on the chart. But I'm terrible at reading a press release, reading news, and being like, oh, that's good news. Because I'm probably like 50-50. Sometimes when I'm like, oh, that is terrible news, then I look at prices and they're going up. Other times I'm like, oh, man, that is really great news. And then you look at the price and it's going down. So it's like, I'm not in the game. Maybe some of you are really good at guessing what news is good and what news is bad, but I guess maybe partially I'm lazy. It's like, I don't even want to try to deal with that. I'll just look at the chart. I'll let the price action tell me. I've been scalping and I'm up 800. Nice job, Jeff. Had to stop so I don't go over one. Oh yeah. Be careful. What platform is used here? I will get to that in a moment, but I am gonna potentially pick up some here. I could, this is a higher risk. That's okay. We'll go a little bit of a higher, this is potentially a higher risk trade because I will build size and then just have my stop loss down here for kind of for my final stand. But that's right. This is the live stream burner account. So be it. If he dies, he dies. Somebody named that movie. If he dies, he dies. That's what my account's going to be. Why I prefer futures? You were here for Pam's plant, weren't you? I think you answered that last time, Frank. What platform is used here? So that's kind of a twofold question. What I'm doing is I'm doing a prop firm. So the way it works is this. You'll pick the purchasing power that you want. And then after you pick, during the checkout process, it'll ask you what platform do you want to use. And I chose Tradovate. So I'm using Take Profit Trader as my prop firm. And then the prop firm itself creates the Tradovate account, which is a massive time saver because you do not have to go to Tradovate and then separately create an account, go through the sign up process, blah, blah, blah. Nope. Take Profit Trader will do it for you. Then they'll send you your login information and then you can just do it and log right in. So it makes it very, very convenient. But why I prefer futures? Yeah, because of Pam's plant. Well, let me ask you this, J or Y, Ra. Are you wanting to be a day trader or what? What is your goal? I'm not gonna lie. I just got a massive loogie, but I got my handkerchief ready, so I had to dispose. Maybe that's too much information, but I know at least one person wondering. I wonder why I just did that on camera. That's why. Quick scalp, $14. All right. Well, I wanted to buy long, but my first entry, I wanted at that orange line there, and the market just did not come down quite enough. And like I said, I was willing to buy, build some more a little bit below here with my stop right there. But so my stop would have been right there. I wanted my first buy to be right here, and then maybe add a couple more times, and then just be this thing's either going to bounce, and I'm going to have a nice little position, or it's going to stop me out. And it would not be my account wouldn't be roasted, but it would not be a pleasant situation. But it did not come down far enough. I do have a lot of time on screen, most of it just mundane activities. Well, I guess, are you wanting to be a day trader? Which prop firm? Take Profit Trader. The link right up at the top. So Sarthak, and this is an honest question because I'm not quite sure what it looks like from a viewer, but at the top, do you see something that says Prop Firm Power? It's supposed to be like a pinned message. Do you see that, Sarthak? And same question everybody else. I'm not trying to be, I'm genuinely asking. So Sarthak, and I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. Do I get short? No, I can't get short here. Look at the 5 minute. 5 minute, nice hammer candle right off the 21 EMA. If anything, I should probably look to get long on a pullback here. Yeah, I'm interested. So I will get long, but now I'm going to use that orange line as a stop. Okay, you do see that up there? Can somebody hit the like button? We're stuck on 66 right now. It's not 666, but we're stuck on 66 likes. Let's get off that number. Hello from the UK, Clay. How do you figure out the price where to enter a trade? That's unanswerable here. That's a very good question. But that's a very in-depth question. I realize it may come across as I'm just throwing things out there, but I'm looking at a variety of things. So I'll turn this into a quick sales opportunity. But I do offer a program that'll answer that question. And that is a very in-depth question, impossible to answer here. So if you're interested, if not, totally fine. We're still friends. I still like you as my friend across the pond. But that is my mentorship program if you're curious in that. So like I said, if this wants to come down, I'm interested in going long. But right now, this is not quite behaving. Thanks, Thomas. Prop trade. Blow your account, $2,000. Cost you $150. Yeah, I like that. That's a good way of saying it. Learning doesn't hurt learning doesn't hurt so much. Can I steal that, Jeff, as an explanation point going in the future? Learning doesn't hurt as much. Can I plagiarize that off you? And I think rinse is with an S. R-I-N-S-E, I think. What is a dark yellow line on your setup? That is the VWAP. I am interested, like I said, if it wants to pull back here, I can put a stop right below there and have a very tight stop. And if I get some sort of bounce up, could be looking good. Good morning, Clay. Can you look at bond, please? And let me know what you think. Let's start. What do you think about it? Let's start there. Well, I guess my question is, why are you a day trader, Stromani? Are you a day trader? What do you ask about? Bond. Why are you wasting your time trying to day trade penny stocks? Is it because you have a smaller account? Would that be my guess? Is that why you're choosing to try to day trade penny stocks? I mean, this thing is down below 10 cents. We can turn this into an educational lesson, though. Maybe educate some people, which is the goal. Hey, we are doing great on likes. Are you serious? What is today? Wednesday? Wednesday people are where it's at. I've learned that Tuesday and Thursday people are stingy with the likes, but we're already at 73, and my voice just cracked. That's okay. My body's going through some changes. Could somebody please explain why I'm getting hair under my armpits? I don't know why. My body is going through changes. Stormy, how many shares do you have of bond and at what price? I'm going to try to help you out here. Man, that burns. Again, I don't know. How do you get your chart to $50? To $50 brackets. I'm not quite sure what you mean by $50 brackets, Emmy. I hope you continue these lives. They're great. Feel better. Thanks, Jillian. I appreciate that. And yeah, that's the plan. They're fun. I really enjoy it. I've only banned, I think we're up to 4 people, but most people are fantastic. I did learn yesterday, though, that yes, as soon as you go red, that's a unique experience. That's where the keyboard warriors really start to come out. It wasn't too bad, but we got some glimpses of it. It's like you could have a bunch of green days, which was until yesterday. I had all green days on the stream, but then yesterday was red. So you could have that streak and then red shows up, and wow, certain people all of a sudden just start chiming in that have never chimed in before. It's weird. It is weird. Your price list of, no, there's no controlling over that. That's just how it is. Yeah, I didn't do anything to make it that way. I don't know. Maybe you could try clicking this button right here to zoom out. Well, zooming out, and all of a sudden it went to 20. But yeah, I don't know. That just kind of naturally happens. You own one. Thank you first off, Stroll Mining. This you own. Let's do some math here. At 10, okay. I should be able to do this math. So I think that's $102. So you own 25 shares times 10 cents a piece. Yeah, $102. How much money do you have in your account, Stromani? Again, I know I'm kind of getting up in your business, but I can try to offer a little bit of just thoughts that you may want to consider, and others that may want to consider that maybe are in your position. So how much total money do you have in your account? Thanks, Frank, for helping out Emmy. Hi, I passed the test. Will they contact me or I have to call them? When did you pass the test? Just today? Okay, you have 200 in your account. So I'm guessing you're a younger person. That's fantastic. That's awesome. Great that you're... Can I ask how old you are? I know. I'm getting way up in your business. The next question is not going to be too personal. I'm just going to be asking for your date of birth and social security number, but nothing too personal. Last night, at what time last night? Like after 6 p.m. Eastern time? 62? You're not 62. Who's that picture of then? Okay, well then last night is still today, Anna. Because quote unquote today started yesterday at 6 p.m. So yeah, you passed, but now you have to wait until 5 p.m. today for this day to be over. So you have not passed, because in theory you could go make another trade and then lose and then be back down below the limit. So right now, just sit on your hands. Don't do anything. You're done trading for the day. Maybe go start another test if you want, but you will have officially passed at 5 p.m. today. I'm about $440 away from passing my test. All right, Raspberry, keep it up. I don't know what to do here. This is just, I'm not sure what to think. I think that trend line has played itself out, but we should probably get this trend line in play. I don't know, do I use that high or do I use, because if I use that high, that's a fake breakout. I'm just going to use that one. Keep an eye on that. Yeah, because that was a strong move down. We do have a bull pull, or I mean, excuse me, we have a bull pennant. So there's golf hole down here. So there is a bull pennant, but this was after such a strong move down. It has me a little nervous. Is this thing going to want to break to the downside? In my opinion, that seems like a very real possibility. Again, not guaranteed, but seems like a plausible possibility. It's heading back up. Like I said, maybe you have a better read on this one, but I can't quite tell. Is this a bull pennant that should be trusted? There's the break. I'm not going to trust it, though. And at this exact moment in time, I'm glad I didn't trust it as it breaks down through. But to be fair, it could continue on up. The run today is kind of sketchy. Like I said, yeah, I mean, even though this was a people are out there and they're not wrong. I mean, people are like, oh, look at this. We have a nice little bull pennant people bought. And again, no problem there. No problem buying, playing that. But this is where discipline comes into play. I hope they stopped out below those lows, because if they did not stop out, so our friend BK Dot, I believe he said that he played this breakout. So I hope he stopped out somewhere right around there. If not, he may no longer have that prop account. I don't know if BK Dot is still here or not. And good. Whew. Glad I did not trust that, because nasty move back down. Now, it is respecting the 21 EMA, that line right there. So that's encouraging to see, but yeah, clearly right up here around the 1685 mark, quite a few sellers. Every time the bulls have gotten up there, just smacked right back down. So, I don't know. I'm almost thinking short more than anything. I'm not going to take the short because I'm still not confident in it. Well, let me put it this way. A break down below the 21 EMA, I could see getting, I don't know. Because where do you put your stop? All the way up there? That's a big old risk profile. All right, what I would potentially be interested in is if this thing goes sideways, a couple more candles, and then goes down. Because we got to bring down the risk profile somehow. Because right now, I mean, you definitely would have to have a stop loss minimum up over here. All right, we're knocking on that trend line again. Will this be the true break? I can't trust it. That's what's interesting about live stream and hindsight. I'm either going to look really smart here because it's going to get rejected back down, or I'm going to look really stupid. And, people will be like, oh, you should have trusted it. I trusted it. I'm much better than you. Yeah, definitely. You are better than me on this trade for sure. You read it correctly. I didn't. Again, if you are enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. Already, only 25 away. We're at a little over the hour mark. The goal is 110 likes. And Stromani is gone. So Stromani, you said you had $200 in your account. Oh, there you go. I look smart for not trusting that. So this trend line is indeed a key level. See, you can't take this short, or at least in my opinion, I couldn't take that, because where do you put the stop? All the way up there? That's a big old wrist box. And what is still technically, to be fair, I mean, this is still, and my voice cracked again. Sorry, I have a cold. My voice is struggling. It is still a bull pennant. But I just can't trust it. I can't trust it. If you trust it, I hope it works out for you. If you're a short and you're looking for a breakdown, I see you. I smell what you're stepping in, but I'm not going to step in with you at this point, because this is just a situation that I'm not quite sure. And I lost my cursor. Where'd my cursor go? There it is. Got short in the morning, electric hours, made a buck, but after the open, I tried once to take a trade, but I'm not feeling it right now. You got short this morning, survived, Steffi? Count your blessings. Andy, hey Clay, not sure if you remember me. I do remember you from yesterday, but we were talking about the ORB strategy. I know it's not your favorite strategy, but so far it's been going well for me. Again, I have nothing against that strategy. All I'm saying is if you think trading is as easy as, and this is not you because you said you were like using other factors. So I would argue you're not actually using the ORB strategy, because the ORB strategy is kind of marketed as, hey, you wait for XYZ amount of time, you mark out the range, and then if it breaks the range, you buy. If it breaks down the range, you sell or you go short. And that's it. Like that's literally what people think it is. But if I remember right, Andy, you actually considered other things. Right? Do I remember that conversation right, Andy? That you're not oversimplifying it like that. You are actually incorporating in other things. I do want to incorporate EMA into the strategy though. The 21 EMA is, or I use one EMA, that's the green line there, the 21 EMA, which as you can see right here, it's doing work. It's holding. Once again, trying to break up through this trend line. I shorted at 3:15 a.m. I don't know what time zone are you in. That seems very early, but maybe if you're someplace else in the world. But 3:15 this morning, my mind operates on Eastern time zone, even though on Central, I just keep everything. Here we go. It's trying. It is trying. But this trend line here has been a bugger. It's been a bugger. I'll tell you this though. If this comes back down, I think that's a failure. I may be interested in getting short. Just because I think this will create so many disheartened longs that they're going to be like, all right, forget this, I'm out of here. So if this comes back down, I am indeed interested. I'm going to extend this out. I am interested in getting short there just because my theory is these longs here that are feeling fantastic finally got the breakout. If this breakout fails and comes back down, they're going to be so irritated, frustrated, sad, upset that they're going to be like, oh, I'm taking my ball and going home. Good. Because that's where I'm going to get short, right when they're taking their ball to go home. I'm going to feast on those emotions of frustration and anger. But right now, looks like they're feeling good and they're going to keep feeling good. We have the overnight high. We'll see if they can push through it. Well, for anybody that did play that bull pennant, good job. You read it better than I did. I didn't have enough faith in it, but as of now, it's working out. And especially if you're a scalper, you got plenty of wiggle room on the scalp. Now, if you're not a scalper, it probably does need to do a little bit more work for you. But overall, good job. Congrats to anybody that played that. Yes, correct. The only other thing, I just wait for retail. Yeah, well, I'll tell you right now, Andy, your strategy is too simple. If it's wait a certain amount of time, mark out the high, mark out the low, and then just buy if it breaks higher or sell if it breaks low. Again, I'm not that simplistic of a strategy can work, but there are no holy grails in trading. And if that's supposed to be some sort of strategy that is a winning strategy over time, like I said yesterday, I just throw it out there. You'd think there'd be a little bit more successful traders out there if that's all you had to do. Again, I'm not saying that it doesn't work, but I'm saying there's going to be other factors that, because not all breakouts are created equal, not all approaches are created equal, not all risk profiles are created equal. There's a lot that goes into it that you have to think through. I don't know, Jeff. I'm not sure if Tradovate, does anybody know if Tradovate can count down the time? Beautiful breakout, though. Congratulations to anybody that played that. I did not trust it. And now I'm paying the price for it. I don't know. I might get short up here, actually. If this one, what would my stop be? 06, let's try 08 up to, I can do it less than 10 points. Or I can do 08 to, I'll risk $20. I mean, why not? Whoa, never mind. Never mind, the risk profile just shifted too much on it. Wow. Please tell me one of you were like, Clay, I disagree with you. I trust the bull pennant. And did anybody get long at any of those places? Even if you got long here, I mean, it never really, like I said, it respected that 21 EMA beautifully. So I would assume that people had stop losses below there with some wiggle room. Wow. Beautiful move. I got long but sold at previous high. Right here, Frank? I mean, that's still a good trade. I mean, if you went long there and sold up there, that's a great trade, Frank. What is that, like 30 points you got on it about? Not too shabby. What is a good trading platform? I've been trading on 4Trade, and since I haven't been trading for that long, I find its flaws. Thomas, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what your strategy is. So I can't really comment, but the platform that I use is twofold. I am on a prop firm. Prop firms are great. So what I've done is, you first off with the prop firm, you choose which purchasing power amount you want. And then after that, they'll ask you what platform you use. And the platform that you would then, assuming you want to use the one that you see on the screen, is Tradeovate. And then they will go and create that account for you. So you don't need to waste your time, signing up separately. They'll create the account. They'll send you the login information, and then you log in. And this is the platform that you're seeing here. But again, I don't know, Tom. I know nothing about you. I don't know what your strategies. I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. But if you are trying to be a day trader, if you want to day trade, then I would argue for Pam's plan. So Pam's plan is just a quick summary of why I would argue for trading or day trading futures through a prop firm. So it's all right there, but we're going to get back to the action for now. So that's again, assuming you want to be a day trader. All right, I'm going to get rid of these lines. They've served their purpose for now. I would be interested in a back test here if it wants to come back down to the overnight high. See if we can get a back test and go. Back test and then go. But up here feels a little iffy. I want to do day trading. Okay, well then I would definitely highly consider Pam's plan. And the first step of Pam's plan is to get up with a prop firm, and the one that, if you want to support the channel, if you want to get the discounts, then you can just use this link right here. That'll give you the current promotion. You'll be trading futures, all that. Futures are way better, and very little money is required. Wow, what a breakout. It is approaching a pivot point here on the 5-minute. So we could need to have a little break here. That dotted brown line up there is a pivot point. So we may have, like I said, a little bit of hesitation here. Not guaranteed to have hesitation, but could have a little problems here. But like I said, for me, I'm still waiting for a pullback to that overnight high. We'll see if it happens. If you don't mind me asking, how long have you been trading? Since basically 2006. I got started on it my senior year of college, and I graduated college in 2006. So yeah, 2005, 2006, somewhere right around there. Started off thinking I was going to get rich in a penny stock that made stainless steel mufflers. So I'm the biggest moron that is out there. Do I want to try a short? Stop loss right above the pivot. I don't know. Low probability trade. No, I would say it's at 20. Up there would be, so that's a 20-point risk. That's $40 on 1 micro, $80 on 2 micros. Yeah, I'm going to pass on that. Hey, Clay, I'm checking chart settings. Cannot find how to have overnight. You go here, and then you click Explore Community Indicators, and then you need Iman Senpai. Search for that, and then it'll give you that choice right there. But yeah, you have to go right down there to Explore Community Indicators. Let's make a push up here to 90 likes. The goal is 115. Within 2 hours. So we still have 40 minutes to get up to the 115, but can we get up a push up to 90? If you have not yet hit that like button, please do that. I suppose this could be a pullback point right here, but the 5-minute, I got to stick with the plan. The plan has been, let's see this pull back to the overnight high. That's what I'm going to stick with, because if it does do that, so if the price drifts down here to that overnight high, what would we then have? If it pulls back and then we have that movement right there, we'd have ourselves a nice bull flag pattern. But yeah, just going long up around here feels sketchy. Shorting here, I could see making sense now that there's at least a little bit of a track record that maybe this thing is trying to level off. It is actually right at that pivot point. But I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off. Now we're getting... The outage effect in your area was closed. Are you still having issues? No. But why am I having issues every single day? That's my question. Okay, I'm always here to help. I will say that's pretty impressive technology they have where you can just text and all that, but hey, Mike. Yeah. Again, maybe I'm foolish. Maybe I should be getting long up around here. It seems like maybe a little bit more of a pullback is needed. Is that some sort of short right there? Short there, stop above the highs. And if you get a breakdown, oh boy. Oh boy. Again, low probability trade, but you would have good small little risk. All right. I'd like to see it come up here, get rejected, and then come back down. I'll take that trade. Again, a very low probability trade, but if I can get a breakdown, I'll get paid on it very nicely relative to what was being risked. But I want to see it come up here, act like it wants to break out, and that's key because I want to get the longs hopes up. I want people to be like, oh yeah, it's gonna break out, and then I want it to come down because then those people are gonna be like all disappointed. So it's got to come up here and act like it wants to break out, but it's not looking like it's not gonna do that. Bummer. Again, I still got the opportunity. Ooh, I like that. That's spicy. Look at the 21 EMA basically matching up right now with the overnight high. All right, let's see if I can adjust this a little bit now. All right, still okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here. Okay, now come back down, or just be a true breakout. $33 to $43. That's 10. That's $40 I'm risking if it. Yeah, this right now it really seems like I'm just trying to put on a trade for the sake of the live stream. But again, another breakout. Very, very impressive. I don't know what to do with any of this. Is anybody playing this long right here? It's just so, I mean, there's got to be somewhat of a bigger pullback, and it's had micro pullbacks, but nothing big at all. I am still going to keep this trend line in play, though. Pretty fascinated by that trend line right there. Seems a little overextended right now. I agree, Phil. It does seem overextended, which is why I am starting to get a little bit bearish on it. Only reason I'm bearish is that I can keep my risk profile very, very tight. And while it is a lower probability trade, at least my risk profile would be very tight. I'm playing it until it plays me. Fair enough. Fair enough. Just make sure when it does play you, you got your risk under control. Hello, Clay. Hope your day is going well and you make... Well, thank you, Stefan. I hope the same for you. Very nice of you. That's what I mean. Like, live streaming is fun. Yeah, I've had a couple bans. Yeah, there's always the keyboard warriors. But for the most part, the people that swing by are like actually just like nice, normal people. Man. Just grinding. Grinding. Apologize for the cold and my frog-like voice. Unbelievable. Wow. Remember? Remember? There was a live streamer that drew a line like right there. And then there was a live streamer that was like, look at this. We have ourselves a nice bull pennant. And then you remember that live streamer who I heard was a good looking fella. I heard he was really good looking. But then he was like, yeah, but I may be good looking, but I'm not the brightest. I don't really trust this bull pennant. And then that same good looking live streamer watched it break and then has been watching it ever since, just grind higher. Man. Just got out. You're scared. Do you always do stop orders or do you do trailing orders as well? It depends on the strategy, so I do both. Been watching you for years. Oh, cool. And watching you trade has opened my eyes to know how simple trading can be. Yeah, I try not to overcomplicate it. I'm so surprised there hasn't been a major pullback. I'm with you, G Rack Hawk. I'm with you. But I'm still interested from the short side with that trend line right there. I mean, this is a steep trend line too. This is a very aggressive trend line, and it won't even test this thing. That just shows how of a grind it is right now. I mean, it's wild. Okay, so what I would like now is, can we get this to go sideways and then break? So I don't want to take it on this candle, because think about it. If I'm playing this trend line short, right now if it comes all the way down here, my entry is all the way down there, and my stop's got to be right here. But if it goes sideways and then gives me an entry right here, notice how much smaller this box is compared to this box. So I like this risk profile a whole lot better. But in order to get that risk profile, I do need it to go sideways here for a couple candles before breaking down. So give me some sideways movement. Or this thing is just going to keep grinding higher. But that's why I want to see this thing go sideways, maybe like one or two more candles. And then give me a juicy breakdown. But yeah, me personally, I'm not one to take this of the trend line break when that entry point right now is like way down there. So can't do it. Too much of a risk profile for me. Maybe you see something in your strategy or your risk tolerance where you're like, no, Clay, I'm totally cool with that risk profile. Cool. One thing is for certain, when I was in stocks, grinds were less likely since I went futures. Man, these dirty dogs like to. Yeah. I mean, if you get in a grind, it can be a beautiful thing that will bring tears of joy to your eyes. I'd love to go short now too, but too risky for me. Yeah, like I said, I just can't take that. I cannot take that approach. There seems too much of a likelihood that I could snap back up. But mainly, as I already pointed out, my risk profile is just too big down there. You try to short here? Well, I hope it works out for you. You got a bit bigger risk profile than I'd be comfortable with. But I hope it works out. All right. I will go beyond 2 hours. We'll keep the party going, but I do want to make sure people are still interested. So a very easy way to communicate to me if you're still interested is twofold: hitting the like button or super chat. So we still have 30 minutes before it's even 2 hours, but if you would like for the stream to go beyond 2 hours, let's get this up to 110 likes, which I think we can do. That's 20 likes or $20 in super chats. So that's exactly why I didn't want to go short all the way down there, because yikes. So Steffi, I hope you have a stop loss, because I'm assuming that was a losing trade for you. Got sent out. Yep. Well, good job on the discipline. But yeah, that trend line here. So like I said, we got basically 30 minutes. So if you are enjoying and if you want the party to continue, just hit that like button and we'll keep the party going. But I'll go for at least 2 hours. My voice is holding up pretty nicely. I think I need some sort of guide, because I'm now starting to get asked about 400 times every live stream, hey, what moving average is that? What moving averages do you use? And now new highs. All right. Crazy. This thing, I mean, I guess that was a pullback kind of, but that's what I mean. It was basically just these little micro pullbacks. Green line, let me make, Assad, are you still here? I've also learned in live streaming, people will ask questions and then like you talk back and then they never reply. So it's almost like people ask questions and then just leave. So before I answer this, let me make sure Assad's still here. Are you still here, Assad? Nice on the likes, already at 90. Keep hitting that like button and let's keep the party going. Are you still here, Assad? Are you still here? I don't know. Do I just get short here at 46, 56, or... And I just feel, no, that's just me. What's the EM, or what's the ES doing? Have you ever thought about going into swing trading? Oh, I've done swing trading before. Yeah. But at this point, swing trading takes more research and you kind of got to set things up. I mean, it's not anything bad, but at this point in my trading career and really just my life, I don't feel like doing swing trading. Oh, there's the ES with the break. Is NQ breaking? They're both breaking here. Again. See what I mean? It was what I was literally just whispering. Maybe I should get short. It's like, no, you just can't do anything. I mean, again, on the 5 minute is why I'm saying, I don't know. I would argue, can you even go long? I mean, look at this. Just green, 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 green. Barely any pullbacks. I mean, the slow grind upwards. It's crazy. Go long at the trend line. Scalp. Go long at that trend line. I mean, maybe that... Yeah, this is just wild. Wild. See Assad. I asked if he's still here. No reply. So that's what I mean. It's a weird phenomenon. People, like, I don't know. Or maybe it's most live streamers don't answer questions or don't read, so they just throw stuff out there and assume it's not going to be read, so they just leave. Maybe that's it. I'm not sure. All right, maybe, just maybe, is this along at the trend line here? Call me crazy, but I'm still interested in potentially taking a short through the trend line. It's got to be a good risk profile, though. So in other words, if on this candle it comes all the way down here, I am not willing to go short there because if my stop is the highs, that's a big risk box. Whereas if it can go sideways a little bit more and then, that line comes up and then I can get short like right there, well, now my entry point's here. My stop is in the same location, but my risk box is much smaller. So, yeah, I'm not, if this thing were to come all the way down here, I may get left in the dust, but I just can't take that trade. Risk profile, too much. How long do you usually trade onto? Oh, usually I'm done by like 11 a.m., but since I've done the live stream, I do this afternoon trading, but normally I'm done by now. So that's why I use kind of what I'm calling like live stream accounts, burner accounts, because if I get roasted or if I get chopped to pieces, it's like, oh well. But yeah, the main account that I'm working on is right here. And this was actually a very good day because my internet went out. And I would have probably, not probably, it would have been a red day. Because this morning's action, I would have been bearish, but it just went like straight up. So it was actually a blessing that my internet went out this morning. I'm on the ES going long here. Take first profit at daily high. First profit hit. Now stop loss at break even. Fantastic. Relax. Very good job. You went going. Oh, I guess I don't know where did going long here mean? Did you play the breakout or what? Define here. Do we have any overall trend lines that could be drawn? I wonder. Now I'm like seeking out a short. No, even that trend line's being broken. Wow. The balloon continues to float away. Crazy. And I would still argue this is a pretty aggressive trend line, but this thing can't even get tested. Waited for the pullback. So like you bought somewhere down around there, then the pullback. Like I said, in my mind, just going long here, it just look at this 5 minute. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going on basically 30 minutes, a half an hour without a single red candle. Selling 2 at 1980. Oh wait, are you mean you're going short or you're taking 2 out at 19,800, Brian? Double O Kevin, shouldn't you be looking for a job? What are you doing here trading? You said you were let go, right? Shouldn't you be out job searching, my friend? Going short. This is your new job. You're a full-time day trader is your new job. So Kevin, let me just summarize your plan and let me know if this was not you, what would you say about this person? A person's like, hey, I realize I don't know what I'm doing, so I want to invest into a program. Hey person, I'm going to invest in your program. Oh, I just lost my job. Therefore, I don't have any money to invest into that program that I needed because I acknowledged to myself I don't know what I'm doing. So, yeah, I'm not going to do it because I don't have a job right now. Hey, my new full-time job is doing the same thing that I just acknowledged a couple weeks ago. I don't know what I'm doing. What would you think about that person, Kevin? Somebody doing something as a full-time job, which just a few weeks ago they acknowledged they don't actually understand. I'm telling you right now, Kevin, this is the worst idea that you could be doing. You have no job and you're now all of a sudden a full-time trader. I've never met anybody where that's worked out. So I know. I'm out of here. I'm not around. I'm not here for negativity. Fair enough. But I'm going to drop. That's the truth. Yeah. You got laid off and now your full-time job is day trading. I mean, if anybody else is here and wants to try to talk some sense into Kevin, go for it. Are you single? Please tell me you're single. No, my claim is not whether or not you're going to love it. My claim is whether or not it's doable. I'm sure you love it, yeah. But please tell me you're a single guy. Please. All right, we are getting a bit of a pullback here. Nope. All right, well. You don't have any kids. Please don't tell me you have kids. Or maybe do you have a wife that's like actually the breadwinner? Maybe that's the case. Please give me some positive in this scenario. And you have... Please don't... Ooh, there's the voice crack. Please tell me your wife is like a doctor. Is your wife a doctor at least? Does your wife bring in a bunch of cash? Please. Yeah, I tried AS. I tried. I won bread enough during... So you have a bunch of money in reserve. Kevin, your story's not... It's not mapping out here. So you were being dishonest in one way or the other. I'm just not sure which way. So you have a ton in savings? So you have a ton in savings. Is that what you're saying? Yes, okay. So then why did you give me the excuse of, hey, did you sign up for the program, which you said you're going to do? No, I can't because I lost my job. What relevance would that have to you getting the training, which you told me you were going to do if you had a bunch in savings? I told you, my friend, you're going to get caught one way or the other of misleading. Well, that's not what you said then. You didn't say priorities. You're literal. I was like, hey, Kevin, did you get joined up? You said you were going to. No, I just lost my job. But now you're telling me, Oh, no, no. I mean, I had plenty of money. I could have still done it. That's all right, Kevin. Like I tell everybody here, like just don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining, you know? Still waiting to see. Like I said, I just could not take that short. Too much of a risk profile. It's not raining, but he was saving you from a jellyfish. Yeah, he was. Yeah, exactly. He was saving me from a jellyfish sting. This prop firm is legit. Yes, yes, that, and they have a very good payout policy too. Other prop firms does not make them a scam, but a lot of prop firms, let's just say if you make 10,000, they're like, okay, you made 10,000, but you have to wait XYZ amount of days to request money. But even when you can request money, you can only request like 3,000 of the 10,000. The prop firm that I'm using and recommend, again, the link is there. If you make the 10,000, you can request it right away, and you can request the full amount right away. So yes, they are maybe a little bit more expensive up front, but you're getting that. I think it's worth it on the backside. No, I'm Kevin. See now, no point in argument. Yeah, you don't want to. I'm not arguing. I'm just pointing out what you said. I'm telling you, you are. I mean, lie would be the strong, but you're trying to backtrack. Like you showed up. Oh man, this is great. I want to improve. I'm going to get your training. Then I asked, are you going to get my training? No, because I lost my job. But now you're saying, well, no, I mean, I got plenty of money. So which is it? You didn't follow through on your word that you told me? You broke your word somewhere here. Like if you're like, no, I was just kind of talking out of my backside. I never had any intention to get it. Like you should have just said that. But now it's even worse because you were talking out of your backside and now you're just trying to justify on why you didn't. Because one moment you didn't do it because you lost your job, and now you're doing it because, well, I already know what I'm doing. Like you're all over the place, dude. TP is the best. I was banned from last summer without even saying anything. Any platform without a live program is just. Yeah, I agree. That's why I like Take Profit too, because their business model is sustainable. They'll put you on the live trading, and that's what you need. Is this access from India? It is. They are open to India. That's why I'm so grateful for them too, because the amount of people that reach out over the years that are like, hey, I want to do this, but I'm in Canada or the UK or India. Australia was pretty popular too. And it's like, well, no, but now I can just say yes. If you do Pam's plant, then you can do it, and you can do it from those countries too, which is really making my life very, very nice. All right, let's get up to 100 likes. We're only 9 away. Only 9 away. If we want the party to go beyond 2 hours, hit that like button. Okay, see, that's why I'm rejecting your premise, Kevin, that something bad happened in your life. You said you have a ton of savings. If you have a ton of savings, how is that bad? Right? That's the point of having savings, so that those instances are not bad. So I reject your premise that something bad happened, because per your own argument, you said you have a ton of money saved up. You gave me like 5 different exclamation points. Like you can try to talk your way out of this, but I mean, I'm just taking what you've told me at face value. One moment you're kind of all excited because you have a ton of savings, and then you're saying, well, it was bad when I lost my job. How could it be bad if you had a bunch of savings? But it's okay, Kevin. It's okay. Yeah, that's my point. You lost your career, but then why are you bragging about how much savings you have? Why are you all excited? I know. Now here come the ad hominems. He's losing, so now he's calling me names. Back in 3rd grade. Like, all I'm literally doing is, you can't brag about all the savings you have, and they'd be like, oh, but it was a bad situation. No, that's why you have all those savings. So bad situations aren't considered bad. But that's all right, Kevin. That's all right. We can move on. And now you're like almost bragging about the fact that you're trying to be a full-time trader now with no job. People have tried to warn you. I've tried to warn you. I hope it works out for you, though, especially when it sounds like you have kids and a wife. So I genuinely, as a father myself, I hope you are the first person I've ever met that's been able to lose their career or whatever and then find success as a day trader. So, like I said, from a father, I'll be honest, from like an ego perspective, I kind of want you to fail because then I'll be like, see, I told you so. But that's bad. That's not right of me. From a fatherly perspective, it's like, no, man, I actually do hope you succeed because I got kids myself and I hope you got to support them. So I really do hope it works out. Jeff, don't be a JJ. Good old JJ. I miss JJ. Do we know how to unban people so we can bring JJ back? Okay, Assad, honest question. This is purely curiosity. You asked that question, and then I was like, Assad, are you still here? And then I kid you not, Assad, it's got to be like 20 minutes later. You're like, I am here. Like, walk me through that. Again, I'll answer the question for you, no problem. But like, just out of a strictly curious perspective, how does that work? Yeah, cheers, Kevin. I hope you go out there and crush it. I really do. As somebody that's got kids, go out there and make it happen. I am so fascinated right now, Assad. How does this work? Yeah, where's JDA? JDA, our GME going to 500 guy. We got to check on GME. Is GME at 500 yet? It's close. It's close. It's getting close to 500. It's at about what? Where's it at right now? About $23. So it's getting close for JDA. It's getting close to 500. That squeeze, it's getting close. I was watching your video from the start. That's why I late. Oh, gotcha. So green line is a 21 EMA. Purple line is the 50 SMA. Dotted yellow is the VWAP. Pink line is the 200 period. All right, we got 13 minutes, and let's get this up over 100 likes. Or, like I said, $20 in super chats, and the party will continue. Oh, boy. Well, there what? I don't know. Right now I'm questioning, is it hindsight confirmation bias? Should I really have bought on the 5-minute? I mean, you had that pivot point, but I don't know. Well, once again, though, the 21 EMA. Michael, I haven't seen you in a minute. Hope all is well. It is well. Thanks, Shane. I'm not sure if I know you, but I hope things are well with you too. Do you trade for? Yeah, I got into it. My community finally convinced me back in November. So I got into it, and then I decided to start live streaming. And that was a couple months ago. So I'm now live streaming. Mainly because I am such a big believer in it. And my goal here is, as I've said, I'm not trying to convince anybody I'm a good trader. Think whatever you want in that regard. That's fine. But I do want people to know about Pam's plan, trading futures through a prop firm. It's an unbeatable argument right here. If anybody wants to challenge it, please let me know. Now, this is for the category of day trader. Again, category, don't be like, oh, so you don't invest in stocks? No. That would be the category of investing. But in the category of day trading, Pam's plan here makes day trading stocks, makes day trading Forex, makes day trading options, make day trading crypto a total waste of time. It's ridiculous. Those things are all garbage compared to Pam's plan. But like I said, still have not yet to hear an argument as to how that is a bad idea. Somebody yesterday was calling me a Wall Street plant. They're like, yeah, but you're just a Wall Street plant. I'm like, okay, let's assume that I'm a Wall Street plant. Can we now talk about Pam's plant? And they want to talk about Pam's plant. They just want, I'm just saying you're a plant. Okay, I don't even know what that means, but let's just assume again that I'm a Wall Street plant. So are you saying that I'm a Wall Street plant with a good idea? And they never answered that. Nice, Shane. Very good. What did you, Shane, out of curiosity, what did you trade before futures? Oh, come on. How are we stuck at 98 likes? Surely we got a few more likes in us here. Hey, thanks, Hoover. So what did I say? Did I say $15 in super chats or 20? What did I say? I don't remember. I trust the honor system here. I can't quite remember what I said. I'm going full E-mini tonight. I'm going full E-mini. So you're saying you're usually doing micros, Hoover? Did I say 20? Okay, thanks, Frank. All right, well, then 15 more. Or let's get, I don't even remember what I said on likes. Did I say 105 or something? But let's go hit that like button. Hopefully you're having a winning day. Yeah, it's been fine. It's been a lot of watching this balloon float away, though. I dabbled a bit in stocks. That's where I used to watch you some years before. But the pattern day trader rule is discouraging. Yep, that's why it's the P of Pam's plant. With high initial startups for day traders. Yep, there's the low capital. Just my 2 cents, but long-term investing, I fully, yeah. So right here, Shane is, the problems that Shane experienced as somebody that used to be day trading stocks was, number one, the pattern day trader rule. That was getting in his way, but in the world of futures, there is none. Trade as much as you want. And then he was saying the capital, the startup required. And that's where the plant comes into play with the prop firm, low capital required. How low is this capital required to get started? Well, if you're using the prop firm that I'm using and recommend, you could get yourself $25,000 of purchasing power for $105. So if you use that link, that will open that up to you. But right there, perfect example of Pam's plant and how Pam's plant solved what Shane's problems were that he just described. Pattern day trend rule annoying and not a lot of capital. Goodness, look at this thing. We are at 100 likes. All right, keep it going. Keep hitting that like button. Let's drive this thing. Let's get up over 100. Hello, Clay. I think I read that. I'm going to up it to 1 E-mini. I think there will be enough. All right. Go for it, Hoover. Went long at 773 and searched for 793. 5 contracts while waiting. This is hit. And ugh, I could have trailed to gain more. Yeah, still a good trade. I'd be interested around the 785 mark. So let's map this out. If it wants to pull back there, I'd be interested. But yeah, going long here, that feels too much like FOMO, too much like a chase. Seems way too risky. They're calling for 567 on SPY. Who? Who is calling for it? Which news outlet? Which anchor? Which commentator? I don't know. Could you build a short position here? What is this? All right. Super low probability. 25 up to 35 points. Let's just get something on the board here. I don't think it'll work out necessarily, but I can risk a few bucks. So sell, buy. So there's my risk box. But if I can get filled and have this thing roll over, I could be looking at No, I don't want. You don't need to promote. I'm just like, who cares? Like everybody is calling for something different. So I'm in. Like I said, low probability trade. Whoa. Well, that was nice. Whoa. Let me drag down the stop some more. There we go. Oh, yeah. And stopped out there. Where did that come from? Was there news or something? No, that was random. There we go. That's what I mean. Low probability trade, but my risk was very tight, and I just made a whole lot more than I was risking there. I don't even know how much was I down beforehand. 140. So I think I was risking $20 on that, right? Because I think my risk was right around 5 points. So yeah, I think my risk was like 10 points, or excuse me, like $20, $25, and I don't even know what. There we go. I'll take it. I'll take that. But no, all I'm saying is everybody's calling for different things. Like I could run a Google search and I could say I could find 10 people, and each of those 10 people are calling for different things. So that's why I was like, well, they're calling. Well, like everybody's calling for different things. Right now it's I'm sorry. So Shane, right now if you just go to Top Step and use code Clay, or if you just use my link, but right now the deal is 30% off and no activation fee. The activation fee is normally 130, but that's not there, and then resets are 100. And then, like I was telling people earlier, Shane, from a payout policy standpoint, Take Profit I think is the best because you can request payments as often as you want and for whatever amount you want. So yeah, they're maybe not necessarily the cheapest up front, but getting that flexibility on the back end, I think, makes a lot of sense. But yeah, what was up with that move? That was a nice move. That thing was kind of wild. All right, we got 3 minutes until it's 2 hours. Can we run this up to 110 likes? If you have not hit that, if you like that trade, if you like just seeing the trades, if you like just anything, if you like you're learning or you're entertained or you're improving, make sure you hit that like button. Should the live stream continue? I am still within that window of time where I'm still trying to figure out, is it actually worth it to take, a couple hours out of my schedule to do the live stream? So, like I said, the easy way to communicate that to me, I guess I should say the free way, is through that like button. Also hitting the subscribe button helps, but super chats are another way I can use to measure that. So make sure you hit that like. Now here's the question. Do you go short again up here? Again, tight stop and look for this thing to get rejected back down. Are you not entertained? I'm the husband of I'm a husband of a murdered wife, of murdered children. I don't have Gladiator memorized like I do Dumb and Dumber. But yes, Gladiator would be the movie, Sadie. What stocks should I trade options with $500? Neither, Bob. Neither. Why, Bob? Bob, you have $500. Fine, fair enough. In the world of options, that $500 could be gone, poof, just like that. But if you do Pam's Plant, so here's Pam's Plant. It's an argument for trading futures through a prop firm. But if you have $500, then check it out. You could come here and you could get an account right here, bare minimum for 105. So if you have 500 minus 105, that means you still have $395 of your own money left. But get this, you go and you pass the test, you show off your skills, and then you move into the pro account, which is at no fee, and then you start to make money and you get to keep 80% of that money. So in theory, you only have you take $105 to get the test account, you pass, you get to pro, you keep to 80, and all the while, all you have on the line is that $105. Whereas if you're going to do stock options with that 500, you literally have all 500 on the line. But let's just say, for example, that you do this, you do something stupid, you get caught in a spike, and you fail the test being you're not allowed to lose more than $1,500. But if you lose $1,500, is that actually $1,500 of your own money? It's not. Now, you do fail the test, but you could try again. But do you have enough money to try again? Well, yeah, because if you had 500 and you spent 105, and then you could reset, and the reset is only 100. So this minus 100, you still have $295 of your own money. Now you get to try again to go from the test to the pro. But let's say you fail again, and I don't know, something crazy happens, you lose 1,500, so you fail. So you can reset again for minus 100. So that's what I'm trying to get across. That's the power of Pam's Plant. Futures trading through a prop firm. I would argue a way better use of your capital. Way better use of your capital. Does that make sense, Bob? Because again, one bad choice, one revenge trade, one crazy move, and all of your $500 is gone just like that if you're using your own money. But in the world of prop firm trading, as I just demonstrated, no, it's not all gone. What's the requirements for Pro Plus? I'm not sure. I think you've got to make like $10,000 or more in your Pro account, I think, but don't quote me on that. It's Sam, not Sadie. Well, I mean, your name says Sadie, so I'm calling you Sadie. Why isn't your name Sam I Am? But good to see you, Sam. Uh-oh, Casey Blue. I need to get this mapped out here because we do have a bull pennant now that's forming. So let me just quickly map this out. Nice, at 105 likes, so the party is going to continue. Let's put the golfo down here because I can't help myself for you golfers. There is the bull pennant. So I don't know, if you like the bull pennant, if you trust the bull pennant, does it get the break and then make the move? That is the question. And my voice keeps cracking, I know. I'm going through puberty again. Casey, I blew the 50K account, but have 300 with the trailing drawdown option. Can I reinvest it into another account? But I have 300 with the... I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you blew the account, then it's gone. So I'm not quite sure what you're asking, Casey, so I don't want to try to give an answer. So happy I sold my puts at market open. Goonie, you need to get out of options. Goonie, let me ask you this. Does theta, do the Greeks kind of drive you insane at times? You need at least a band to start with options. Trust him and I would know. That's taking a different type of discipline, trading 500 with options. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, options and all that can be gone just poof. Just like that. All right, well, there's the breakout. Let me get my annotations out of the way. So now we have a question of scalpers. Probably a winning trade for them already. They got plenty of movement here to scalp out. Now it's just a question for them. Was that the right or wrong choice? If this keeps booming, then those scalpers are going to be like, I should not have scalped. But, of course, if this thing rolls back over, scalper is going to be like, yeah, I am a genius. Now, for the people that are wanting more, fine, fair enough. If this thing's rolled back over, what are they going to say? They're going to be saying, I should have scalped. But if this thing keeps booming, they're going to be very happy with that decision. But yeah, so this was definitely a winning trade for scalpers. For the I want to see more follow-through group of people, that it remains to be seen. I'm from the IC room. Well, Sam, I know you're from the IC room. Now that you say that, all I'm saying is I'm calling you Sadie because your name is Sadie. Oh boy. The short voices are whispering in my ear. What is that? 20 up to 30, 10-point risk. So that's simple. That's $20. I'm already plenty. Yeah. Let's see what happens. No. Well, I want to see how this candle closes first. Then I'll reassess. Let's see how that candle closes first. So like I said, right now, I want to see more crowd. They're not out of the woods yet. They are not out of the woods yet. But yeah, like I said, if you're a short, you got to ask yourself, if I was a short right now, where would I have my stop loss? I would assume the majority are like up above here. So therefore, the longs, that's your golden goose area right there. Because if the price can push up through there, again, no such thing as a guarantee. But is it valid to think that a break up through there could create a surge? That would be more than valid. All right, let's do this. I like to try to go in 15-minute increments. So at 2:15, I'll go another 15 minutes longer, but let's get this up to at least 115 likes. So we have officially 10 minutes to get 10 more likes, or I'll say $10 in super chats. Again, I just do that to try to see how interested people still are. So 10 more likes or $10 in super chats in the next 10 minutes if you would like for the party to continue. All right, you know those shorts are getting nervous. And I'm glad I didn't take that short because I'm glad I waited for this candle to close because that candle. So like I said, my stop would have been slightly above here. Oh, and I'd be out. Boom, like that. I would have been stopped out. Glad I didn't do it. Southern Grown Organics is laughing. I'm not quite sure what they're laughing. Hey, cheers from Michigan. I used to be in Michigan. I am now in Iowa. Pickles, the biggest plus for me with futures via stocks is the sit on hands over. With futures, there is always another chance. Well said, Pickles. Yeah, that's another. Exactly. And you can be confident that there's always going to be another chance too. Whereas stocks, it's like, oh man, is this going to be, especially like in penny stocks and micro caps, it's like, is this going to be the last stop or, the last opportunity for the day? And it can get sketchy in a hurry, for sure. All right, well, slow and steady breakout right now. I was 105th like. Well, thank you, Southern Grown Organics. I appreciate it. I think we need 5 more. Yeah, 5 more. I think we can get there. 5 more in about 8.5 minutes. So right now, the scalpers are just, they're not happy that they scalped. The people that are like, I want to give it some room, they're pretty happy. Again, this right here is just, now it's like, oh, go again. That was a beautiful move when that happened. Did you say $10? Hey, thanks, Thomas. I like your content and take you as a teacher number 1. I appreciate that, Thomas. Make sure everybody hit that like button. Thomas just is the knight in shining armor. We will go another 15 minutes. But please still keep hitting that like button. Thanks, Thomas. Very nice of you. All the way from across the pond. I think I got even more because that's 10. Yeah, that's 10 pounds, right? Or is that euros? Is that euros or pounds, Thomas? I think that's pounds, isn't it? Well, I guess whatever it is, that's a good exchange rate. When that gets converted into $10, you actually gave more than 10. What time of day do you find futures more volatile? At the open is where there's definitely a lot of movement. What do you think is going to happen with Donnie announces his tariffs? Oh, is that at 4? Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. Nobody has any idea. What the market will ultimately think, who knows? Nobody knows. I will say, thank you, Donnie, for not doing it in the middle of the day or like some random tweet. So at least now we know as traders when it's going to happen. I bought 500 in SOFI. Like as a day trade, or is that like a swing trade or investment, Southern Grown? Because I may have to try to educate and maybe hopefully open your eyes to a better way that you could be using your capital. So are you saying that you bought 500 shares in SOFI as a day trade, or is this like a swing trade or investment? Long term. Okay. All right. Well, that's another category. So roger that. Does not pertain to Pam's plan or day trading. Yeah, this thing just wants to sucker me in again on the short side. That one worked out beautifully. That was a fun trade, but man. All these upper wicks, down, down, down. But after each one of those downs, it keeps going back up. I'm new to day trading. I'm interested. This is going to sound like I'm getting up in your business, and I am, but there's a reason behind it. Do you have $25,000 that you'll be able to fund an account with? Just what's the ES at right now? It's so easy to trade in hindsight, isn't it? Like, oh man, you look at that bull flag. Oh yeah. You just buy right there, right? This is, by the way, why trading books don't work. Because this is what a trading book will show you. It's like, well, no, well, that's easy to do. So no, you cannot learn how to trade with a book, because that's exactly what books do. No, not close. Okay, well, So if you want to be a day trader and trade as much as you want, then because you don't have $25,000, you will not be able to day trade as much as you want. That's called the pattern day trading rule, which is why I argue for Pam's plant. The first part you can't see is pattern day trading rule. There is none. But then there's all these other reasonings. But then I argue for futures trading through a prop firm because you do not need a lot of money. And in your situation with 15,000, I think that is going to be a very, very important thing for you because, yeah, when you have a lot of money, you could all of a sudden lose a bunch of money in a hurry. But with a prop firm, you're going to have very little money on the line because it's not. So let's just say you did, I don't know, $100,000 of purchasing power. And if something crazy happens and you lost 3,000, yes, you would technically fail the challenge to get to the pro account, but would you actually lose 3,000? Now, if you're using your own money, especially if it's 15,000, a $3,000 loss could happen very realistically. But in this, you would only be down the cost of the account, which right there at 231. So that's just kind of a brief summary of why with a prop firm, you can just protect your risk that much better. So just something to consider within your trading. I mean, I'm interested from the long side, but not up here. It's just got to pull back. Now at this point, it is starting to get to like, okay, so let's go through the breakouts here. That's breakout number 1. That's breakout number 2. That's breakout number 3. So what I'm right now thinking, what I'm considering is if this does come down, will it have a breakout number 4? You know? Will it get another breakout? Which is kind of iffy. I mean, really, a 4th nice, beautiful technical breakout? I mean, it can happen, but I mean, that's where things get a little worrisome. Can it really get of us a nice, beautiful technical breakout 4 in a row? Yeah, I had Southern Grown Organics. Check out the link that I have pinned at the top. That'll tell you more about how they work. But it's hard to beat futures trading through a prop firm for many reasons. It will never come down again. Never. It only goes up. It only goes up. Okay. So I think I'm going to. So here's the other pivot point on the 5-minute. Dotted brown line. Right here, last time it got up to the pivot point, it did reject off of it for at least a scalpable opportunity. So does this provide a scalpable opportunity? Maybe. Maybe. Where are my pivots here? Why are my pivot points not showing up? All right, well, I'm going to try with an NQ for a quick little scalp. This could turn into a lesson of why you don't want to try to step in the front of trains, but we have that pivot point up there at 883. So if this thing just spikes, it might be account roast city. We'll see what happens. On a day's average, how long do you watch the screen? Oh, usually an hour at most. But ever since I've started live streaming, I mean, I'm doing more. But yeah, with futures trading, you do not need a whole lot of... Whoa. Okay, I'm in. Come on. Uh-oh. Can't even give me that. So I did get the scalp there. Right off of, no, it went up above there. Which is what kind of, I didn't send me into panic mode, but I was like, oh boy, it didn't even get rejected off of it. But, it spooked me because, like I said, let me just bring over and I'll show you. So here, it did go up above that brown line. My thesis was this right here. Last time it went up there, it got rejected beautifully right at it. So the fact that it actually pushed above it, I was thinking, oh, great. Not good. So I just was willing to take some green when it showed up. But I was wanting to hold a little bit longer, had it actually held and not got, but it didn't. It pushed up through that. That created some fear in me. I was like, all right, well, no need to just panic out, but I need to be a little bit more aggressive. But got the trade. I don't even know how much I made on that. Does anybody know how much was that before I took the trade? Thanks for the channel. I like the live stream. Great, thanks. I'm glad you like, Red. I have a full-time job, night school, with a wife and 4 kids. Don't have time to watch screens. Yeah, you do not need a whole lot of time at all. Okay, so Southern Georgia, that's the other nice thing about Pam's Plant and Futures is right here. They're open up pretty much around the clock. Now, sometimes they're better than others, but you can always compensate for that with maybe a little bit higher position sizing. They're open, like I said, essentially all the time. So there's a whole lot of flexibility for you in terms of finding time to trade them. Is this a top? Do I try again? I don't know. Maybe try with the minis at this point. Reduce my risk a little bit. All right, I'm not opposed to trying again, but that is a bummer. It spooked me out. I wanted the rejection, the push through, created too much fear in me, and I couldn't take the heat. I couldn't take the heat in the kitchen because there was too much heat. Now, I'm not saying I'd still be holding and playing it perfectly, but had it been rejected, I'd be like, there you go. Boom. Rejection right off that level. But I could not take the heat. All right, we made it to 115, which was the goal. So I'll go another 15 minutes after 2:30, but let's get this up to at least 125 likes. So that's 9 more likes in the next 13 minutes, or $10 in super chats. So if you want the party to continue, then make sure you hit that like button. Let's get this up to 125 likes, so 9 more likes in the next about 12 minutes. I think that's doable. I don't know, do you buy this pullback here? It's very, even with the pullback here, I mean, it's not anywhere close to the 21 EMA. I mean, even if you were to say, I want to play that right there, it's still not even really close to down here. I'm short at 884. Booyah. Good job. I'm guessing, is your stop right there to make sure it's a winning trade? Salty War Pig. Good job, though. Very good job. Like I said, well, I don't know if you saw my trade, Salty, but it pushed up through the pivot point, which created too much heat in the kitchen, and I couldn't take the heat anymore. Stop is in profit at 876. Look at that. I almost guessed the stop loss perfectly. Amazing. My crosshair is at 875, and he said his stop is at 876. Good job, Salty War Pig. Wow, I think you just escaped. Or did that stop you out? How high did it go? Are you still in, or did that move right there get you? I am rooting for the price to go down because I want Salty War Pig to do well. Missed me, still in. All right, good. I'm not aware of anybody here being long, so we'll trade vicariously through Salty War Pig. He is short. His stop loss is at that cross here. In fact, you keep us posted, Salty War Pig. You let us know when you adjust your stop again. So that's where his current stop is at right there. So pressure's on. You got to walk us through what you're doing. So let's see if we can get some more of a pullback for Salty War Pig. So if you adjust your stop, just let me know the number and I'll move it down and we'll see how this plays out. But I like the way you've approached it so far. Good stuff. So think about it. We know there's at least one short in the world. 871.25 now, okay? 871.25. Close enough. So right there is his new stop. So we'll see what happens. Now, if anybody's long here, I don't mean to root against you. It's just the fact that nobody said that they're long. So I'm not trying to root against members, or not necessarily members, but people that hang out here. So if you are long, let me know, and I'll try not to be such a bear right now. But yes, I'd love to see this pull back some more for Salty War Pig's sake. Roll over for Salty. Roll over for Salty. Now, as I was saying, we do know there's one, at least one short stop loss that has it right here, which I agree with. So for the longs, they're saying this might be a good breakout point, because if there's a bunch of short stop losses, if it breaks right there, is that what's going to cause it to go up? So if you are long, wanting to play that, no, am I about to talk myself into this trade? So if you go long here with a stop loss right there, that's a relatively tight stop. I don't know. Does this trend really continue? Oh boy. Am I about to talk myself into a trade? This move is still, it's still so far up above the 21 EMA though. That's what's causing my hesitation. I'll put it this way. If you were to take that trade, I wouldn't call you crazy. I see the logic. Get long somewhere around here with the breakouts. You have a nice tight stop below those lows. And if you can get continuation, well, then you could be looking pretty. But I'm a little too nervous on it because it's so separated, it's still so far up above there. 200 MAs being hit on the 1 hour. Thank you. So that makes sense why it's kind of struggling around this area. Again, we have, I guess about 8 minutes. Let's get this up to, did I say 125 likes? So let's get at least 3 more likes. Yeah, so much for overextended. This thing still feels relatively overextended to me, at least. Obviously, feel free to disagree. There we go, Salty War Pig. Moving in your favor. Let's see some more pullback here. Come on now. I know you're still holding. You told us where your stop loss is at. Like I said, if you move it, let us know. We're all trading vicariously through you right now on the short side. There you go. There you go. Pay that Salty War Pig. I got to take. I'm just gonna pay that salty pig. The easiest way to screw most traders is to just dump it into close. Not saying that it's coming, but no one is expecting it. Well, yeah, but who exactly is screwing here? Who exactly is causing the dump? This is a common myth, a common legend. Oh, if they just dump it at close, who is they? Please tell me, who is they? Who has enough power to actually cause a huge market to dump? Institutions. So all these institutions are going to do that. Do you know how much? See, here's the problem. Here's the problem, what people are not considering. Okay, all these institutions cause a dump. Well, what's going to cause a dump? A bunch of shorting and selling. Well, I'm not saying you said this, Lars. I'm just saying that people that think, look at this, good job. 860 is your stop, okay? $860, there's his new stop. There we go. There we go. No, there's nobody, there's not an algorithm. There's nothing out there that causes, like the whole thing about stop loss hunters. Nobody is hunting your stop losses. That's confirmation bias. Where are you at, Salty? I bet I can guess where a stop loss is at. Yeah, the market specialist. There is no market specialist that is doing anything. Unless your contention is the market specialist has enough capital to totally influence how an overall market trades. I knew it. I knew it right above that high. 852. Look at that, Salt. Wow, great trade, Salty. Say that. Stop. There. Nobody is targeting. There is no they. That's my point. They're always targeting. Now, there's such thing as self-fulfilling prophecies where enough people are looking at a same area, so it just happens just because enough people are looking and thinking the same thing. But nobody has the power to influence the market. Now, if we're talking penny stocks, yes, that's the thing. But nobody's out there hunting for your stop losses. Stopped out. All right, good job, Salty. Because here's the thing with the argument about they're hunting stop losses. And you got to be honest with yourself because there's a confirmation bias involved here. Meaning if your bias is they're stop loss hunting, then whenever you get stopped out, you're going to be like, oh, see, they stopped me out and then it went in my favor. Well, yeah, you're going to remember that because it's confirming your bias. But, and I'll speak for myself, but I've had many other traders say the same thing. I've been in a lot of trades where let's just say that's my stop loss. And the price will literally do this. And then go very much so in my favor. So my question is, well, if there is stop loss hunting going on, like what's the deal with that? Why? I mean, my stop loss was literally right there. Why did they not get it real quick? Right? But when that happens to us as traders, we kind of forget about that because it's not confirming our bias. If our bias is there's stop loss hunters, well, then we're only going to remember those times where maybe it does stop us out and then go in our favor. But in the situations where it gets oh so close to stopping you out and then it turns into a beautiful winner, you don't remember those. So how come sometimes it does happen and sometimes it doesn't happen? Did the stop loss hunters here all of a sudden be like, well, we won't get that one? No, of course not. It's just supply and demand. There is no stop loss hunters. It is liquidity hunting. No. So same question, Lars. Have you ever been in a trade where you're super close and then it doesn't stop you out? Well, then what do you, Lars, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. One moment you're saying it is liquidity hunting. Disagree. Now you're saying no one is out to get us but ourselves. Fully agree. Fully agree with that statement, Lars. Nobody is out there hunting. Because like I said, if that's a stop loss and they're hunting liquidity and your stop is right there and they come down here, why do they not real quick grab your liquidity and then go? You don't use stops? Oh boy. I'm getting a little nervous over here. Null? What does null mean? Like what language are you speaking? Most people put their stops at a swing high or low. Yeah. And sometimes those lows are hit, sometimes they're not. Well, I don't understand. What's your point? Yeah, like I'm pretty sure a lot of people put their stops down here below that low. And there will be plenty of times where I've been in trades where it'll come down there, get oh so close, and then beautifully go in my favor. But why did they not stop me out? If they're hunting liquidity or hunting stops, why did they not take me out? If you've been there as a trader, which I know you have, whether or not you want to acknowledge it, and when I say you, I just mean people in general. Again, confirmation bias, a very strong thing. For the most part, well, I mean, you use stops though, Mark. Lars is saying, I don't use stops. That seems like a nice way to just either kind of go big or go home. Went short again at 850.75. Ooh, you got some big pig gonads on that one, Salty War Pig. I hope it works out for you, but whew, those are some salty pig gonads of the size of which I do not have. Stop loss is lame. Hero or zero, yeah, that's right. Only losers use stop losses because that's the only way you can lose. I mean, kind of, Crescent. But the market's just going to do its thing. It's just sometimes you put the stop loss in the right spot, other times you don't. There's no market maker. There's no market specialist. There's no algorithm that's out there like, let me go get their stop losses. No, no. Yeah, Salty. That was a gutsy trade for sure. Could we really set a record? I'm wondering. We've never had 150 likes on a live stream. I wonder if we could push up to there. Can we have record-setting territory here? If you have not yet hit the like button, if you're enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. I don't know. To be fair to Lars, I don't understand like what he's trying to do. But I have learned over the years, people think like, and I'm not saying that Lars is doing this, but I have seen that like people think they're like a hot shot. They're like a tough guy. I don't use stop losses. It's like, oh, yeah, yeah. My dad can beat up your dad. It's like, okay, well, again, I'm not saying that's what Lars is doing, but over the years, it does seem like there's like this aurora of, oh, I'm a tough guy because I don't use a stop loss. Yeah, what's a stop loss? Stop loss is for losers. That's what it's for. Clay, just a question. What do you think about setting a psychological stop loss and a hard stop loss? I think by psychological, I think I've never heard it called that. I think you mean a mental stop loss. I don't know. Make sure you can do it. I've been there myself. Many other traders have been there where they're like, yep, I'm going to set a mental, and then they never honor it. Then the mental lowers down in their mind, and then the mental gets even lower in their mind. So if you can actually honor it, I mean, go for it. But I've seen a lot of people, like I said, myself included, that make the claim, oh yeah, I'm going to do mental stop losses. And then things happen in their mind, and they never honor that stop loss, and then it's just a big old loss. All right, why not? Why not? Whoa, I was about to get long right there, but I'm glad I hesitated. Never mind on that one. The pullback is real. I use mental, been doing well, but it's very disciplined. Yeah, you have to be disciplined. Fair answer, thanks. Well, thank you for asking a good question. That was interesting. I stopped losing when I stopped using stop loss. Yeah, no, that's how you don't lose. Like if you don't lose a stop loss, you can't lose because you can't stop the loss. Therefore, you actually never lost because you can't stop the loss. So, I mean, right, that's the logic. I think that's Aristotle, Socrates type logic right there. And yes, my voice cracked again. Here is a pullback. All right, we got to start to research, figure out maybe, oh, that's spicy. That's spicy. What is that? 785. Where's 785? No, we're going to go with an NQ here. Buy. Come down a little bit more. There we go. I'm looking to buy an NQ at that point. We'll see what happens. Let's go. 3 more likes. Let's get this up over 130. Well, I guess 3 would put us at 130. But if you have not yet, hit that like button. So you got to think that everybody and their brother's uncle has now drawn that trend line right there. So is there going to be some sort of maybe self-fulfilling prophecy component behind that? Maybe. But I think that's a trend line that needs to be put into place now. Again, always a bit risky to just throw it in order without any confirmation because for all I know, this thing is just going to come down here and poof, and it could be game over. But like I said, I think this level is a very interesting area. We'll see if I can get some sort of bounce off it. How do you feel about AMD? Well, in what regard? Like if you're asking about it from a day trading category, waste your time, waste your capital. Why are you day trading AMD? It's pure garbage. That's what I think about it. And I can back that up too with Pam's plant. But yes, if you're day trading AMD or day trading any stock for that matter, you are wasting your time. You're taking on way more risk than you need to. There are better ways in the day trading category, known as Pam's plant. Again, Pam's plant, the undefeated argument so far. We have about 10 minutes to get this up to 135 likes. So 8 more likes in 10 minutes and we'll make this a 3-hour stream. But I want to make sure the interest is still there. So if you are interested, if you want the party to continue, make sure you hit that like button. Or I guess we'll do $10 in super chats. Are you day trading AMD, Goonie Gaming? Please answer me that. Are you day trading AMD? So you don't use options. No, options are utter in the category of day trading. So in the category of day trading, options are pure and utter garbage compared to Pam's plant. Okay. So I'm okay. Well, what angle are you asking from, Gaming? Are you asking from a day trading standpoint? I sense a sell-off into the close. Oh boy. I love when people are sensing things. Is that what you sense, or did you have spicy Thai food last night, force fed? Like, where is this sense coming from? Did you have Mexican last? Did you have Taco Bell last night, force fed? Are you sure what you're sensing is a sell-off? Oh, Goonie Gaming doing options. Goonie, I would highly recommend you consider Pam's plant. You are just straight up gambling with puts, with options. I know, yeah, you can make a lot, but you can also get roasted in a hurry. This is not a funded account, but yeah, I've passed several tests already. So I do have funded accounts. Okay, again, I'm looking at that green line. Burger King onion rings, yeah, then your sensing might be off. Yeah, in every way, Pam's plant, again, trading futures through a prop firm is better. Because in options, you have to worry about those things called Greeks, especially theta, where sideways action kills you. In the world of futures, not a thing. That is such, yeah. 90% of prop firm traders never get funded. Do you know 90% of options traders blow up and fail? The only difference is they fail way quicker. You're arguing that the thing that makes trading hard is the prop firm. False. The thing that makes trading hard is trading itself. The thing that makes trading hard is people don't follow rules. And that is why part of Pam's plant is right here. Added risk control. They force rules upon you. Yes, the rules don't make any... The rules, yeah, can be a little annoying because now you got to focus on risk. You can't YOLO. You can't act like a degen. You can't do any of that stuff. But they're good rules. They will force you to focus on the stuff that you're supposed to focus on. But way too many people are like, well, no, most prop firm traders fail. Most traders fail. That's not the prop firm's fault. And most traders fail because they don't follow rules. They wanna be like Gaming and just go out there, and when he says take his chances, he means just let me YOLO. I just want to YOLO. I've been hanging out on Wall Street bets. Just let me YOLO. That's what he's actually saying. He doesn't want to have to follow rules. He wants to have his own, which is fine. But not having rules, does that make it easier in the sense of, good, I don't have to deal with any rules? Yeah, that does make it easier in the sense of you don't have to deal with any rules. But think about what I just said. You don't have any rules. And one hiccup, one bad decision, one crazy move, poof, all that money you lose is gone. Whereas in the world of prop firm trading, poof, sure, you may lose 3,000, but yeah, you just lost your account, to which you can try again. But did you actually lose 3,000? No, you lost the cost of the account. So I think I need to add into Pam's plan those that want to be serious day traders. Because yes, I'll be the first to concede. If you just want to be a degenerate gambler, save yourself the plane ticket to Las Vegas, then yeah, just play options like they do on Wall Street Bets, right? Just do crazy things. That is a way to go about it. But yes, don't blame prop firms for why people fail. Prop firms don't make trading hard. Trading is just hard in and of itself. But prop firms give you a better chance because they allow you to survive longer. They give you more chances because, again, a dumb thing in the world of options cost you that $3,000. A dumb thing in the world of prop firm trading only costs you the amount of the account. Correct. No, I canceled it because I got a little, because I really don't like that logic. Because it's I understand the logic, but then I get a little passionate about wanting to correct it. Oh, well, most prop firm traders fail. It's like, what do you, no, that's, no. Uh-oh. Quest checking. Oh, I have to look at that earlier. Yeah, again, Goonie, what are you talking about? You're proving my point. How long would it take you to quote unquote run through? Okay, so Goonie is helping to make the argument for Pam's plan. Yeah, everybody go waste your money with a prop firm. Then let me know how that goes after you run through. Okay, running through after you run through. I'm not refuting the fact that you could run through your $500. But how many chances would you get? If you have 500, I know it's not quite that because it's 105. You basically have 5 chances. In the world of options with Goonie, that could be gone in just like that. Boom. So again, prop firms allow you to survive longer, which can ideally help you learn better because you have survivability. So yeah, you could have 5 chances to quote unquote run through the money with a prop firm. In Goonie's world, because he wants to just be a degen gambler, he could lose that in one fell swoop, just like that, with a bad trade or a bad gamble or a spike. So he continues to prove my point. Yes, you could very well run through $500, but it's how long would that take you? And you could have 5 tests for that $500. Again, you could still run through it, but it's the time span. Yeah, with your options, it could be gone just like that. You continue. If you don't know what you're doing when you're trading, it doesn't matter if it's prop firm or options. I tried. Goonie wants to deal with theta. Goonie wants to deal with all the Greeks. That's fine. If you want to deal with all that stuff, go for it. So if just as an education thing, so right here in the world of options, if you're day trading options and you buy an option, this right here is losing you money. Now you may be saying, what are you talking about, Clay? It's going sideways. How can that be losing you money? Because there's this thing called theta. And theta, as time goes by, erodes. It eats away at the value of your contract. So your position is losing value even though the price might be going totally sideways. Your position value is literally losing money. And that's not in futures. So, I mean, that in of itself is plenty of reason to not even touch futures. But, again, if you want to just YOLO options, okay, I think, let's see if I can get a big gap down. Like, okay, that's different. But that I would also argue that's not serious trading. We need 4 more likes, I think. I kind of got distracted. 4 more likes. And we'll put this up to make this a 3-hour stream. Is there 4 more likes out there? Kind of got distracted. Good conversation, but again, just proves the point. Made a nice trade finally. Good dodge, Steffi. You like it here for puts? Is this a troll? Gilberto, I'm not trading options. I'm trading futures. As we just discussed, options are garbage. Down 400 today. On my face, too. Hey, well, congratulations on passing. Good job getting on the pro account. Very good job. Now the exact opposite. The slow bleed. I would be interested down here at that pivot. 40, we'll call it. We'll see if it wants to move down there. Trust the BK onion ring sense. Now, wasn't that sense of something about end of day? I don't remember. I thought it had to do with I sense a sell-off into the close. All right, Force Fed, what are you talking about? See, this is what you're doing, Force Fed. You're like moving the goalpost. You said into close. The market doesn't close for like 2 more hours. So this is not a pullback into the close. To be fair to you, though, maybe you mean that this is going to continue all the way to close. But your sense was into close. I guess, to be fair, maybe your definition of into close is like 2 hours out. Quit being logical. That's true. Sorry. You're not making any kind of sense. If you have a $3,000 account trading options and you risk $3,000, you're a bad trader, period. I would never risk that amount. That would blow up my accounts. You just do your thing, gaming. I tried. You have fun dealing with Theta. You have fun dealing with the Greeks. Go for it. Can we just respect how nice the moves have been lately? We can. 35. Gonna try one there. That green line. I sold 2/3 of my position, just letting that last one ride. Very good. Like I said, this is a risky trade because I'm not even waiting for confirmation, trying to kind of pinpoint it off an area that I think it could bounce from. What funded accounts do you use, Clay? I'm using Take Profit Trader. Check the link that's pinned, Gilberto. I use multiple time frames. I mean, I do 30 minutes just for those end-of-day videos just because it's 30 minutes. But yeah, I use multiple time frames within my trading. You're welcome, Gilberto. I'm not sure if I recognize the name. So if this is your first time here, good to have you. Ooh, I hear the wind howling. You know what? My internet has actually stayed on this whole time. Amazing. Amazing. It's kind of hovering around here a little bit while longer. Let's go down here now. Or do I want to do this? Do I want to get a little bit more aggressive with micros and then just have my hard stop right there? Well, this is definitely got to get up to at least 135 if I'm going to get. No, Lawrence, because it does not stick with you forever. And it just makes you just move your, it promotes trailing your stop loss down. Move the stop loss as it goes. That's a good habit. Let it work for you, but trail that stop loss. And plus, like I said, it goes away anyways. My trade turned into a mess. I don't know if I knew what your trade was. Sorry, Brian, if I didn't see it. What was your trade? That's now a mess. 800 short, stopped out at 832, re-entered at 847. Ooh. Uh-oh, you chased on that second one here, huh? Well, it's coming back down for you. Oh, usually just watch the end of day videos? Okay, gotcha, Gilberto. Well, Brian, maybe you're going to get bailed out here. But yeah, sounds like maybe a bit of an emotional chase down here. We'll see if it can break down for you. Again, looking to get an NQ at that green line. 715 is good support, but the stop loss hunters might get you. 715. I'm not quite sure where you're getting 715 from. Okay, it's trying to come down. Now bouncing back up. What was my original entry? Oh, my original was that, yeah. I would have been okay on it. My original was that pivot point. So you can see here it did drop down below that brown line, but has now come up, I think enough for what would have been a scalp, but I guess I don't know for sure. But it was up above that brown line a bit. But oh, I do. All right. I'm going to throw an order. So I like how we have the overnight high, and I like how we have the 50 period coming right up there. So I'm going to go 690. There we go. 690 entry point based off the 5 minute, but we're watching it here on the 2 minute. Man, it's so close, it's so far away. Never quite hit 150 likes. We're 18 away, but yeah, I don't know if we're going to make it, but we're getting closer and closer. Getting closer and closer. It just keeps grinding lower with no opportunities to do anything. Yeah, just like I was kind of doing here when I was just grinding higher and higher. So, Brian, good job. Hopefully, you're able to take some profits on that one. You know, I'm not going to do that because as I hear the wind howling, I don't want my power to go out or my internet to go out and then have an order out there. So I'll just wait until it gets down there, and then I'll just try to hop in at that moment in time. But yeah, the grind is real. Brian, do you still have your position? Man, I've not done any sales pitches. This is bad. This is bad. All right, as we wait to see if it wants to come down here, I am doing a free webinar tomorrow. If anybody wants to check it out, learn about the tools I'm using, how I build consistency, how I manage risk. Make sure you have the right framework as a trader. I'll throw that link into the chat room right there if you're interested in that. You can come check it out tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Would love to have you. So check out the link in the chat box there. I really got to start to do it like every 30 minutes, just throw that out there. Every single day I'm like, man, I forgot to do it again. I always forget to just talk about it. I mean, that took all of like 5 seconds. I don't know. Do I go long here with a stop right there? That's a small little wrist box, but bought one at 733, still holding. Nice, Brian. Way to let it work for you. Jerry will be there. Excellent. Good. Come on down some more. Let's get one more trade here. I got an unskippable ad right as you started talking about the webinar. Well, the link is right up above, Joshua. What time is the webinar? It's all that information is at that link up above, Thomas. So a few messages up above, you just click that link. All that information is there. Man, what a pullback. Force fed, I mean, you would be a genius if this was like the final hour of the day. An absolute genius. Because, I mean, this is what you said a move down into close. Unfortunately, we're still like in the middle of the afternoon. 15-minute timeline, do you usually use that? Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the 15-minute. Again, right now, this is the 2-minute we're watching. How long have you been trading prop firms? November. That is when my community finally convinced me, because I was sketched out. I'm like, those things sound too sketchy. They seem too shady. And then enough of very trusted members in my private community were like, well, they were essentially lab rats. They're like, I'm going to give it a try. My risk is low, even if they're scammers. You know, they cost like $100, so I can risk $100. But I mean, it's taken me years. It's taken me very long just to futures, but then futures trading through the prop firm added another couple of years. But like I said, I finally saw enough results from trusted people of my community that were showing they get paid, and it's real money. Michelle, there's a picture on my Instagram somewhere of her on her, like, what was that, a 2 or 3 week European vacation, paid all through prop firm profits. So I was like, okay, all right. And then more people would post, the numbers, and I was like, all right, fine, let's give it a try. You can still sign up, Thomas, because it will be recorded, and then you can be sent a replay link. So if you can't make it live, you can still sign up for it. I suppose in hindsight I was a little too greedy, but that's also hindsight speaking. Now the question becomes, is this a dead cat bounce? Is this thing going to roll back over? Dun, dun, dun. Cue the intense music. And I did just mention the private community, so if anybody is interested in that, you can go right here. It's $99 for 3 months, so not $99 per month for 3 months. If you do the math, it breaks down to $8.25 a week. So as I always tell people, I'm more than confident that you'll get at least $8.25 per week in value. Again, I can't guarantee anything, but I can say my confidence level is high that you'll get at least, like I said, that $8.25 per week in value. So check out that link if you want to join the private community. And then again, hey, Clay, I like the stream. I hit the like button. Is there any other ways that I can support the stream? And I think the best way to do that and create a win-win, so it's basically like a super chat for me because this is an affiliate link, but if you do want to support and you want to get in the world of Pam's Plant, again, trading futures through a prop firm, that link right there will, not only will it give you the promotion that they're running, but it'll also, like I said, help support the channel. So you can use that second link too if you want to support the stream, support the channel. Well, we're basically at 3 hours. So if you enjoyed, and if you have not hit that like button yet, please hit that like button. We got close. We almost made it to 150 likes, but we'll just keep grinding. We'll keep at it, and maybe one of these days we can get that up to 150 likes. But we're only 2 months in, so I'm gonna keep trying to grow things a little bit at a little bit, and we'll see where this takes it. But this was a fun one. Had an overall good group. Had some good lively discussions. So I asked a question and had to run. So that's what I mean. That people ask questions and then just leave. That's funny. Do you still trade stocks like you did a few years ago in your life? No. Day trading stocks are absolute garbage. It makes no sense. Yeah, I mean, I said, I don't know how that happens. But just as an FYI in the future, Emmy, like I spent a good amount of time answering that way back when on the screen. So, I mean, if you're going to ask a question, if you don't mind at least trying to stick around. Now, if it was an emergency or something like that, totally cool. I get it. But like in the future, if you ask a question, I'll answer it. All I can say is this Clay guy is a real deal. Some days. Yesterday, I'm not quite sure I'd say I was the real deal, but that's also how trading goes sometimes. But you know, Joshua, I don't waste my time with stocks. Why are stocks so bad? Are you talking about day trading, Joshua? Okay, fair enough. You're puking. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, scalping. Pure garbage. Pure waste of your time. How so, Joshua? Well, this is what is known as Pam's plant. So first off, Joshua, I don't know how much money you have, but if you have less than $25,000, you're not going to be able to day trade as much as you want. But with the world of futures, when it comes to the pattern day trading rule, there is none. You can day trade as much as you want every single day. Second reason, they're open essentially around the clock. So if you're busy, you're always going to be able to find a time to trade them. And then movement. Futures move in a very, very fantastic way, and your ability to control that movement is amazing. In fact, I'm going to illustrate that real quick. So we're going beyond 3 hours, I guess. Let me show you exactly what I mean by ability to control the movement, which is not possible in stocks. So I'm going to do the bare minimum of volatility. I'm going to do one contract of the lesser volatile types of contracts. So I'm going to do one MNQ. And I'm doing this very intentionally because this would be the bare minimum volatility that you could expect. So what I want you to do, Joshua, and anybody else that is maybe wondering the same thing, wait, why is this guy saying day trading stocks is garbage? I want you to watch this number right here and ask yourself about how that moves. So let's just hop in right quick. I'm not going to do this very quickly. Okay. Watch how that number moves. And if any way you're like, that's kind of too slow, that's fine. I'll give you the solution for it. Okay, so have you watched that number enough? Keep watching it. Keep watching it. There you go. Again, if you're thinking that moves way too slow, Clay, what is the point? Totally fine. All right. So now if you're watching that number, again, this is what I want you to keep in mind. The 1 right there. The 1. So just keep that in mind earlier as I go through Pam's plant. So you can also short whenever. In the world of stocks, if you want to short a lot of these things, you have to locate shares, you have to pay extra fees, you got to do all this sort of stuff. In futures, if you just want to short something, you just short. No hassle, no time paying extra fees for locates or anything like that, you just do it. You don't have to scan, right? Stocks, well, I got to find the hot stocks for the day. What's moving, what's not. In the world of crypto, I got to find the hot coins, all that sort of stuff. That doesn't matter. You trade the same thing every single day. So that in and of itself, massive time saver. Some people pay extra for scanners. You don't have to do any of that. And then this is where we get to the prop firms. Prop firm power. Low capital is needed. So how much is needed to get involved with the prop firm? Well, the prop firm that I use and recommend, we'll go with bare minimum. For the $25,000 of purchasing power, it would take $105 out of your pocket. So very, very, very little capital is required. And again, there's no pattern day trading rule. So with that small amount of money, you can day trade as much as you want. Keep in mind those numbers that moved. I'll get to that here in just a second. So next thing here is I'll go with this. Low capital is required, as I just said. So that number, remember that number? Hopefully Joshua's still here. Okay, so that low little number there, Joshua. Do you remember that? It was at 1. And you're looking at that movement and you're probably thinking, I don't know how you felt about that. But if you're like, that's kind of too slow, like what's the point? That was like 30 or 40 bucks. Like what's the point? So that number that was at 1 for $105, you could have taken that as high as 30. As high as 30. Now, even if you're like, well, Clay, I'm not really impressed by that. On the other end of the spectrum, for 150 in buying power, you could have taken that number, which again, maybe you weren't too impressed by how it moved, but you could have taken that as high as 150. And here's the catch, because right now, to be fair, you could be saying, Clay, I can do the same thing in stocks. If I want my P&L to fluctuate more, I just need to buy more shares. Yes, but in order to buy more shares, you need more money out of your account, right? You need more money in your account to buy more shares. That's not the case here with the prop firm. Here, all you pay is 105. So you can start at that 1 like I did, or you can raise it as high as 30 at no extra fee. It's still $105. So that is the differentiator. There's no extra money needed to to control that movement within the stock, within the position. Then we have added risk control. So with the world of prop firms, they have rules. And these rules are forcing you to focus on risk management, risk control. And those are good things. That's what matters as a trader. We want to be focused on discipline and risk management and thinking about those things. It's very easy to only think about making money, how much money can I make, all that sort of stuff. But the stuff that actually matters is risk control, risk management. And those rules are going to be self-imposed on you to focus on those things. And then the other way that it's risk control is right here. You protect your money. How so? Well, if you go and do something stupid, if you go and do something ridiculous, and let's just go with the 50,000 purchasing power account, and you lose $2,000. Now, the way prop firms work is you did fail the test. So you will lose the account. You can always try again, but you'll lose it. But my question is, did it actually cost you $2,000? Well, if you're using your own money in stocks, yeah, that dumb move, that crazy spike, that whatever, cost you $2,000. In futures trading with a prop firm, it doesn't. It only costs you the size of the account or the cost of the account. So your risk was actually only $119 out of pocket. Whereas again, if you were in stocks, that would have been $2,000 out of your pocket. So that's the other way it manages risk. And then you have nuclear explosion growth because there is something called copy trading where you can trade with, again, Take Profit Trader, who I use and recommend. You can trade up to 5 accounts at once. So if you make one trade and in that one trade you make $100, but you copied it to your 4 other accounts, well, you're actually walking away with $500 because sure, you only made that one trade for $100, but when you copied it to the other accounts, now you made that $100 trade 5 times. So $500. Now, yet that can work against you too. But yes, if you have a strategy and you know what you're doing, you can really, really, boom, grow quickly. And then tax reporting is very easy. All a prop firm is going to do is send you a 1099 form, and that's it. That's all you hand your accountant is a 1099 form, and you are good to go. So that is why I believe that Pam's plan is way, way, way better than day trading stocks, day trading options, day trading Forex, or day trading crypto for all those reasons. So that is what, to answer your question, why are stocks so bad? In the category of day trading, this is why. Now, if we're talking in the category of investing, I love stocks. I invest in stocks, but I'm very specific with my words. In the category of day trading, this is why stocks are just not so good. So that is that would be the why. Probably a little bit more of an answer than what you wanted, but I figured, hey, why not? So if you want to get started with that prop firm that I was talking about, there we go. Check out that link. But there we go. There is Pam's plant, and we will end with that. So thank you, everybody, for being here. If you have not yet, please hit that like button if you haven't yet. And I will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, maybe a little bit early. We'll see. But thank you for hanging out, everybody. Take care and have a good one.